This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. Oh my God. And with me as always is my co-host Nick Mason.
Oh my God, it's
Don's
Mr. Sunday
raping
Movies.
us over there, aren't you,
That's
Mason?
right, because I'm so suave.
That's right.
And sophisticated.
And you're a sociopath.
That's true, and I've got a fake name.
You know what?
I'm very stoic, but then sometimes I'm in a room and I just stare and cry. all those things.
I recently realized that, like, you spell it Maso, S-E-A-U.
No, that's I spell it M-A-S-O. I just did that
Oh,
for
thank
Instagram.
God. Oh, good. Because, like, I always thought it was, like, not that. And whenever some people would write it, I'm like, that's wrong. That seems wrong. Then I'm like, I've been doing that wrong for as long as I can remember now. Oh, no. Anyways, big news this week, Mace.
That's not the thing you've been doing wrong for years.
No, well, that's true. Well,
I'm going to reveal it at some point.
Okay, cool.
I'm just saying, there's a regular thing in your life you've been doing wrong for years, and one day I'm going to reveal it, and
Yep.
you're going to be so embarrassed.
Probably. My fly's undone, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been undone for 35 years.
So we've got Oscar news. We've got Obi-Wan news. We've got Rebel Moon news.
Oh.
Zack Snyder's Star Wars. We've got trailers. We've got so many trailers coming up. We've got Blade Runner news.
Blade Runner news?
We have Mission Impossible news. We've
Whoa.
got Moon Knight news. We've got Netflix Daredevil stuff going on.
Specifically, we have Moon Knight outfit news.
That is true. And then, of course, we've got a whole bunch of trailers which are debuting during the Super Bowl. We are recording this before the Super Bowl, so there'll probably be some other stuff that we'll catch up on next week. And then, of course, we're going to talk about Mason's new favorite show, Disney Plus's Star Wars Worlds. It's Book of Boba Fett. And
Book of Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
There he is.
Boba Fett has a dream in a fish tank. You know?
That's
what
right.
He's in. It's what he's doing.
Boba Fett, big back to tank underpants.
When I saw like a horizontal back to tank, I was like, shit, yeah, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah, you don't have to build a little harness into it.
No, you don't.
Put some pillows in
You
it.
just open it, the water drains, and you just step out of
Yeah.
it. You have to climb out the top. It's no good.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's kick things off. Oh, by the way, time codes, if people do want to jump
That's
to any
right.
particular section.
They exist.
Because, yeah, maybe with the, because of course with the Super Bowl stuff, there's like Jurassic World trailers and a new DC trailer. And
we're going to reveal the winner of the Super Bowl in advance.
That's right.
So if you want to skip that,
Exactly.
because we know already, it's the fix is in and we know it.
We already know.
Yeah, they didn't send us any of the Super Bowl trailers, which we would have
I
appreciated,
like that.
honestly.
Yeah, because I don't bet. So
yeah,
it's
yeah, but they
useless
just they sent us the email, and it's like these guys are going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went, I don't know any of these teams. So that's cool. That's cool, I said.
Yeah.
Thanks. Anyways.
Chicago Bulls.
What?
They haven't won a Super Bowl in years.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
He didn't play for the Chicago Bulls. Anyways, Oscar buzz. And what a list, Mason. I skimmed it.
I didn't see it at all.
Well, the big
Go ahead.
controversy was
So this is going to be comprehensive
couple of things.
because I didn't read it and you can't read.
Yeah.
So you not being able to read, that's not the thing.
No.
that I'm going to reveal.
It's a fly thing, isn't it? Or is
No,
there another thing?
there's another
There's an
thing,
additional
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Spider-Man was not nominated for Best Picture, despite there being 10 nominees or whatever.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
looked at all those nominees, and of the ones I saw, I'm like, yeah, whatever. That seems good
Okay,
enough.
great.
But I guess it opens up the debate of a crowd-pleasing movie which is really successful.
Yes.
And all of these things, does that count, etc. And, you know,
Does that mean it's the best?
yeah.
The best salesman in an office would be the one who made the most sales. So,
Yes. Do you think they should have the most sales in an office Oscar?
Yeah, I think there should be an Oscar for the guy who sells the most popcorn at a movie theater.
Okay.
Even though largely they don't have any control over that. It's just the shifts they happen to be on.
Okay, sure, but I think that's fine because, often in the movie making process, you're not fully in control of a project.
That is true. That's also
like
true.
many hands make a popcorn.
That's very true.
But if you work at a cinema, before each shift, you do have to put your hands in the popcorn, don't you?
Yeah, that's right.
To butter them up for the
That's right.
to touch the keys and all the
Yeah.
the keys on your till and all the money and all that kind of
Yeah.
thing, you know?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And the keys on your piano if you want one of those fancy movie theaters where they have a piano in the lobby.
Yeah, for some reason. But the other thing is, the Razzies came out, and the Razzies can also get fucked because, okay, they had the Bruce Willis category this year, which is like all the bad movies he's in. Like, yes, we know at this point Bruce Willis is in a million things, but then they had the thing that I thought was most egregious was worst supporting actor was Ben Affleck in The Last Duel. I don't think that's true at all. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen it yet,
He's
no.
got a blonde bowl cut, and he's like joshing about with Adam Driver.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it
Does
at
it
all.
say why? Do they give
No.
any? So they give no justification as to why they think it's.
I think they think it's like 2003. That's what I think's going on here.
They think that we're in an era where we need more meanness and like more criticism.
Where like Ben Affleck would do a Geely or a Daredevil.
Oh, I
and
see.
he'd be
Yeah,
like, Ben Affleck
Yeah.
or whatever.
Or when he dated Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, that's why they're confused. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, what a world. So there you go. Oscar buzz. Should Spider-Man be nominated? Mason?
No,
All right. Well, no reason?
just have your $1 billion.
Yeah, okay.
I
That
mean,
should be a rule. You get $1 billion, that's all you get.
That's right. I don't know. It's built off the back of a huge franchise.
Yep.
Maybe they could just give Marvel an Oscar for
Every year?
for the biggest franchise.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know. Do you think it should be nominated?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But probably. Honestly.
No, James, you have to have an
Okay,
opinion.
probably, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because, like,
And as
people
we've said
like
before,
it.
you know.
Also, it's good. Like,
Yeah.
it's a good popcorn
Yeah,
movie or
yeah.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
But again, who cares? But I care about this, Mason.
Okay.
I know you care.
Finally, a thing you care about. We've been
Finally.
doing this for a long time.
We got 3 bits of Star Wars news, actually.
Oh.
They're not all strictly Star Wars. We got an Obi-Wan poster. Did you see that?
I did. Oh,
He's got
yes, I did. He's in
He's
the
got his
desert.
mullet.
Yes.
He grew it back, finally. His worst hair has returned.
Or do you think it's just because it's from the back, right?
Yeah.
So
It's from
maybe
the
it's
front.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just long hair.
Yeah, okay.
And he's combed it back.
Okay, yeah, fair point. Also, like, that's pretty bold to be like, that's his worst hair, the mullet, when he had that braid.
Yeah, that was definitely the worst. The crew cut and the braid was bad. Yeah.
It was pretty bad. Yeah, but, that's how it goes. But with that was a couple of
Train
things.
spotting Padawan. Bad look. Bad look.
There was a release date of May.
Guy that'll threaten you down by the 7-Eleven,
Bad look.
but a Jedi.
yeah. So release date of May 25th. A lot of speculation of Star Wars Day because it's May 4th. But May 25th was, of course, the original release date of original Star Wars.
So it'll be the 40...
5th? Yeah,
45th
22.
ever? Okay.
20, yep, that makes sense.
Great.
And he's holding, it looks like, one Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber.
Oh.
How much Tatooine do you want to see in this show?
Every episode, Tatooine, more Tatooine.
More dream sequences.
Desert.
Sand.
Sand. I mean, that's...
One street. Do you want one street?
No, I think I reckon there'll be episodes where he has to go off world for a variety.
I think
of
it's
reasons,
mostly going to be off-world. I'm hoping it is anyway because, like, we've seen it, haven't we?
Sure have.
We've seen a pile of sand on the ground and then the volume behind it.
Yeah.
We've seen that now.
But maybe the numbers have come in and Disney's like, people want Tatooine. That's...
It's probably cheap to, like...
Well, I mean, they've already made the sand, haven't they?
Yeah, and, like, to render
I mean,
a bunch
Mother
of sand.
Nature has made the sand.
No, I mean, like, to render a bunch
Yeah.
of sand in the background.
Yeah.
Because there is that one episode... There's 2 episodes of The Mandalorian in there, and one of them where he goes to a city and he rides an elevator and it's in, like, a big ring and whatever.
Yeah, the ring
Like,
world.
That seems difficult, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
It looked great. I loved it. But,
Wait, who currently owns Halo? Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Okay, right. Okay, that's
But
unrelated.
Bungie are now owned by PlayStation, but PlayStation don't own Halo.
Ah.
I just gave you a bit of irrelevant information there. What do you think?
I loved it. That was
Great.
good. I can use that.
Yeah.
If I have a conversation with somebody else who's interested in video games in the next 5 minutes, I can have that conversation. But after that, I will have forgotten the thing that you said.
Good. There was also a couple of things in relation to Rebel Moon, which is Zack Snyder's Star Wars.
Yes.
And I say good because, like,
That's how he's promoting it. That's what
Yeah.
it's going to be on the poster.
Zack Snyder.
This is my Star Wars.
My Star Wars.
Yeah.
So there was, like, talk that he was going to get one. And look, at this point, they're not giving him a Star Wars, right? It's just not happening.
Yeah.
But Netflix are like, we don't care.
Yeah,
We'll give you $200 million.
that's right.
Make anything. Make Star Wars.
My droids are going to say the F word though.
What?
That's fine. We want that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Not like a space swear. You know, sometimes they'll do like a space swear. And that's clearly not a real word, and it takes you out of the...
Zack Snyder's space swear word. His substitute for the F word is the C word. It's just he's just slotted in.
Cuck.
Yep. They're saying it all the time, and he's like, "No, that's space F word."
That's space, actually. Anyway, I'll give you the synopsis just to get everyone up to speed, and then we'll talk about the other stuff that was revealed.
Although this gives him a chance, I guess. Like he could be like, "What's the name of the guy that he hates? What's the name of these? What if they're like the number one space swear word is like Hamada? Is that the guy's name?
Oh, Walter Hamada.
Walter Hamada,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe a Joss Whedon.
Oh, Joss.
Joss.
Like, get the Joss out of
Get
here.
the Joss Whedon out of here.
That's right.
Okay, so the movie
Mm-hmm.
follows an enigmatic young woman who is given the responsibility by a peaceful colony on the outskirts of the galaxy to find warriors who can fend off an impending invasion by the Regent Basilius
Oh.
to the Empire. So they do it's Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, it sounds that way, doesn't
Cool.
it? Yeah,
I mean, that's like they're constantly updating Magnificent
yeah.
Seven, so why not?
With a, I mean, they did it. With
I mean,
they did it with Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, actually, no. Magnificent Seven was a Western.
Yeah.
Seven Samurai, sorry.
That's
was-
true, yes.
This is what this is.
And this has there's a sort of what looks like a very M. Bison-esque kind of military
Street
dictator.
Fighter.
Yeah, as the villain. Looks all right.
Is it space Nazi enough for you?
No.
You don't want some of that imagery in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, now you know they're the bad guys. They're all dressed like M. Bison, Raul Julia, aren't they?
Yeah.
So there was that concept art, which looked very good.
Uh-huh.
I'm interested to see what like a Netflix budget, like a huge budget, how and his cinematography. I don't like his like his weird depth of field thing he's been doing lately.
Where everything's blurry, even
Yeah.
if it's 2 centimeters behind the action.
but aside from that though, the cast includes Charlie Hunnam, Digimon Honsu, Duna Bay, and Ray Fisher.
I see.
So
Yes,
that's cool. I like a lot. I like a lot of those names. I'm not going to say the ones I don't like. No, they're all really good names. So cool. Honestly, like, will I like it? Don't know.
I don't know.
But
yeah.
I love a big swing, Mason.
Has he done anything in terms of like epic space opera, anything like that?
That's a great question.
Sucker Punch
I've
is
never
not
seen
that.
it and
Sucker Punch
not
is
really.
not that, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's sort of like
Epic fantasy.
yeah.
It's also it's his own property,
That's true.
which can go a lot of different ways. So
And he's filming it on his own property, one of his
really?
investment properties.
Oh, wow.
An apartment block. He's filming it in an apartment block.
that's fine. He does that depth of field thing.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
not gonna
Nobody
be a
will
problem.
notice.
That is not going to be a problem. But if you do want a third piece of news, it is the Atom Project with Ryan Reynolds. For Star Wars news, that is, because he just has a lightsaber in it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
There's a bit where he just has a lightsaber. It seems as if this is just Ryan Reynolds is his own ET. Like, that's what's going on
Right. Yes.
in this movie. So
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is a little boy.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm alone and my dad's gone. But then who comes from space?
Or Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds just
Yeah.
comes down and he goes, hello, I'm you.
Yeah. Well, this is it, because this is very much that idea of if you could go back in time and tell your child self, give them some advice.
Give
or
him a
something.
lightsaber.
Give them a lightsaber and tell them to just take some swings in the playground or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean that as a concept, that's an experiment. That's a thing you see on Facebook or whatever all the time. What would you tell your child self or
I'd
whatever?
say, shut up. I'd
Yeah.
say everything gets worse.
Oh no.
Do your fly up. And another thing, I don't know what it is.
That's right.
There's another
Just worry about it for decades.
There's another thing you're doing wrong.
Yeah. So it's sort of interesting that that's never really been. Has that been put into a movie before? It must have. But
Bruce Willis is the kid.
Bruce Willis's Looper.
Well, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
that is-
Maybe one of his newer movies also.
That's right. Maybe Cosmic Sin is bad. Maybe the number one Cosmic Sin is going back in time and telling you
12 Monkeys.
That's true. Oh, he's done a lot of them.
Yeah.
God, he's the master of the field. This guy,
Isn't he
That's
just?
incredible.
Yeah.
But I mean, this feels. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't think it.
Oh, really?
It does. I mean, it doesn't grab me specifically, but it does feel like a very Ryan Reynolds project. Like it
Yeah.
feels like a very kind of, especially in the vein of Free Guy, like feels like this very pure concept of.
Well, because Free Guy it's directed by Sean Levy, and he's directing this one.
Ah.
I think it could be very good.
Okay,
So I've just got here how
it
many.
might be a bit schmaltzy,
Yeah, maybe.
but
you're
it's
right.
reteaming Mark Ruffalo and Jennifer Garner, who are both in 13 going on 30.
Very true. I'm on Quora.
Quora.
Says, how many time travel movies has Bruce Willis starred in besides Looper 2012? And Todd Gardiner says, Bruce Willis starred in 12 Monkeys, which is very much a time travel movie. I'm going to throw in Pulp Fiction just because of its non-linear story. What
Wrong,
the heck?
no.
No, I disagree. That's
Yeah,
wrong.
no, you've killed your credibility there, Todd, or whatever his name was.
Going through the list of movies he has starred in on IMDb does not pull up any other time travel. The kid, I think, he's an adult. And then he's like, I'm an executive or whatever. And
Yeah.
he's the kid version of him visits and goes,
Oh.
No, I want it to be a baseball star or whatever those movies are about. You know?
I wanted to be a baseball. I was one of those weird kids.
Hit me in the head. Hit me in there with a baseball bat. Yeah.
I was at school and they were like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, a baseball. And they're like, we'll take you to counseling. There's always one kid.
There's always one. But you know what? Imagination it's a beautiful thing, Mason.
That's very true.
And leave it alone.
Yeah.
If you could.
Imagination, or as I call it, one's personal IP content. You know?
I understand that. Wow, that's exciting stuff.
Exploitable IP content.
Yeah, cha-ching. Mm-hmm. Did you see this, Mason?
What's that?
Well, I'll tell
I don't know what it is yet.
Futurama
Oh, yes.
is returning to Hulu.
With every cast member returning.
Well, that's funny because I have a list here. So first of all, season 8, as mentioned, ordered by Hulu. David X. Cohen and The Simpsons creator Matt Groening will return. He's off Epstein's plane. Look it up. It's a real thing. He traveled on it.
Maybe sometimes it was just
I'm
really
just asking
convenient.
questions.
Just really convenient. Maybe some of your friends were going on the plane.
I'm
so
just
maybe
asking
you
questions.
Oh, I'll take a trip. Okay, I'll go on to the yeah. What do you
I've got infinite money, but I want to get on this plane, this weird plane that a pedophile owns. Even though I've got infinite money. I'm just asking questions, Mason.
Just asking a few questions.
Anyways.
Oh, what are you getting up to on this island? What are you...
I'm just asking questions. Anyway, all the cast have returned. Name one, Mason.
The guy who plays Fry.
Billy West.
Yes.
Yes. Name another one.
The woman who plays Leela.
Katie Seagal.
Nice.
Yes. Name another one.
The woman who plays Amy.
Dunno.
Hermes guy? The
Dunno.
Hermes guy.
Give me another one.
Gosh, the professor guy.
Oh,
Mr.
Phil Lamar
Yeah.
plays Hermes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Professor, Mr. Professor.
Mr. Professor.
Yeah.
That Mr. Professor is also Billy West, I believe. So, yeah, that's really
the dog that died.
yeah, I've got that. His Scruffy is played by David Herman. Lucy Liu played herself.
Oh.
Pamela Anderson played herself. Leonard Nimoy played himself.
Wow.
The cast of Star Trek, except Scotty, because he was dead, played themselves in that good Star Trek
And that's
episode.
everybody.
That's everyone. Wow, that's really exciting.
Wait, what about the guy who plays Bender?
Oh, hang on. No, that's fine, it seems. They'll just recast him. That's fine. And that's fine. No, so famously, Joe DiMaggio, who
The baseball player.
The baseball player.
Yes.
Well, obviously, he's like done a bunch of stuff, including like.
You mean John
Adventure
DiMaggio?
Yes, I did. What I did say,
You said
Joe
Joe
DiMaggio.
DiMaggio,
Yeah, you're right. I did. Not supposed to be a joke. But he's been in so many things. He's done voices like on The Simpsons. He's done Rick and Morty. He's done Disenchanted, that Simpsons show, but it's in the past and it's Futurama and it's
magic.
But it's fine. Like if you watch it, it's totally fine.
Okay, great.
But no, he is, and it might be it's some kind of contract dispute, but he's currently not involved.
Yes.
That may be resolved even by the time this goes out.
That's
I
true.
think this is a delaying tactic for not delaying, it's a negotiation tactic for everybody involved. And just pay him.
Yeah.
Just give him his money.
Right?
Yeah.
How much could he possibly want? It's not like he's going to be like, I want $100 million a line, you know?
Give him it. Give him that money.
Yeah, nice.
I just think, look, if you want to do the best version of this and you want fans to be on board with it, you're just going to have to do it.
Or get Justin Timberlake or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, actually.
Good idea, right?
Yeah, they could kill off the character of Bender and bring in a new robot.
A new robot,
Think people would be okay with that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. They'd love it.
Yeah. How about this? Non-binary, because robots as well.
That's good, okay.
It's modern,
I like
it's
it.
new, it's fresh, it's robots, and everybody would be on board.
That's true.
Yeah, there we go. God, what a show. Futurama. Are you excited it's returning, though?
I didn't watch the last few.
I stopped watching it for a couple of reasons, I think, because I was like, I'll run out of Futurama then. And also, I'm like, this isn't great.
Okay.
Like, it's okay.
Because they did the seasons.
Yeah.
And then they did a couple of,
They did 2 or 3
finale movies. Yeah.
And then they
I didn't watch any of those.
And they did more seasons.
I didn't watch those.
Yeah, so there you go. Anyway.
I'm well behind.
Hopefully, everybody's back and we all go for it.
Do you think they'll bring the dog back?
I think they have.
Have they?
In some capacity, yeah.
Oh, okay, wow.
I can check that, actually.
I was going to say that's the final frontier, is that like as part of, even though that was a poignant, beautiful moment where the dog, waits for Fry for its entire life and then it dies. Spoilers.
Oh, wait. Scruffy is not the dog.
Ah.
Scruffy, the janitor. The dog's name is... The dog's name?
Mr. Janitor is the name of the dog.
Seymour Asses. That's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like that would be that, like we sort of exist in this era, I think, where like a lot of fans might be like, bring the dog back.
Yeah.
We want an ending for the dog. We want a happy ending for the dog.
Oh, that's right. He's in Bender's Big Score because he's in the movie as well. Because I think in Bender's Big Score, like time loops or something.
Oh, I see. Right.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Or whatever. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, he does return. And that's fun.
I say good.
I say good also. Mm-hmm. Anyway, next up we have, you're not going to believe this, Mason. Take a look.
We'll see. I'm very gullible. I'll believe most things.
Take a good look.
A what? You haven't shown me the thing yet.
Oh, yeah. Variety reporting. Take a good look at this, Mason.
Okay.
That Blade Runner...
Drink this in. Bloody rub this on your gums, eh?
Blade Runner 2049 is getting a sequel series at Amazon.
No, it's not.
Live action,
Whoa.
and it's called Blade Runner 2099.
Blade Runner 2099. Another 50 years in the future.
So set
My
50 years
goodness.
after, Ridley Scott will produce.
Wow.
There is a live action, I want to say it's a cartoon Netflix show maybe?
Oh, Cartoon Network show.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Blade Runner Babies.
Yeah. This is a couple of things I think are going on here, I think. I don't know.
Retiring. I don't want to retire any bloody replicants. I've only just been bloody born. That's one of the...
Who's that?
I don't know. We're workshopping Blade Runner Babies, okay?
Wait, okay, yeah.
He's a Blade Runner baby.
But he
And
doesn't want to,
He doesn't want to retire any replicants.
because he wants to have a nap.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Great, really good.
Yeah. He's just too busy playing with the bloody little paper unicorn.
I'm going to stop you right there. That's as far as this riff goes.
Okay. You putting your foot down?
I am.
You're vetoing
I'm not
it.
putting a pin in it. It's finished.
You get 3 vetoes a year. I've decided.
Good.
Okay, that's 1. You got 2 left.
And the other ones I have to roll with, do I? Like I do a bit, and then you do a bit.
Yeah. The bits
And it
continue.
culminates in something and whatever.
Yeah.
And then we draw it out for
Exactly.
weeks. and-
Oh my God, yes, please. This is going to be great. Okay, I can't do Blade Runner Babies anymore. Unless the fans demand it. Unless the listeners are like, we want more Blade Runner Babies. We want you to bring back that character. It didn't even sound like a baby.
Oh, that's why I was confused.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I was initially like, maybe he'd be a replicant. Don't retire me.
Wait, no,
Nah,
we're not doing it.
This is hypothetical. This is hypothetical.
It's all hypothetical.
Yeah, I know,
This
yeah.
doesn't count. You
I
can't.
know.
No, it counts. Sorry, this is ridiculous.
All right, folks,
You can't sidestep this.
tweet in if you knew what I was talking about.
I mean, I know now.
Yeah, okay, right.
Anyways, Ridley Scott will produce. I mean, he also produced the last one.
Uh-huh.
And we don't know if Denis Villeneuve is also involved.
What about Ryan Gosling? We see him in a
Don't
closet
know.
or something?
He's dead, isn't he?
Is he? It's just sad.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. Yeah, maybe.
I'm saying when we see
I'm
his
like, do I spoil this movie? It's like 6 years old now. I don't know.
I think we can talk about Blade Runner
Yeah.
2049. Here's the thing, folks. You all had your chance to see it, and none of you did.
That's right.
So,
Exactly. This is your fault
Yeah.
that they're making a sequel for
That's
some
right.
reason. So yeah, what I think this is, it must track super well on streaming, right? It's also an IP that people know. Also, Amazon have infinite money.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, I think there's somebody at Amazon high up who just wants to see more.
Oh,
Blade Runner.
absolutely, yeah.
So it's
I
any
think
number of those things are going on.
ultimately, yeah. I mean, when you look at the history of entertainment, that's a lot of like the reason Aquaman still
Yeah.
exists is because like a lot of DC editors over the years just loved Aquaman for
Yeah.
whatever reason. So they're like, put this character in the bin. No, give him another series that nobody's going to read.
How about this? Aquaman, but he's a baby. I can't lift this trident. I'm a baby.
Nice, that's good. See, that's how this is.
I'm drowning. I'm a baby.
Because he can't swim yet because he's just a baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, but he can breathe underwater?
He doesn't know
I'm
that
vetoing
yet.
this riff.
He doesn't know yet. That's 2.
Wait, my own count?
Yep.
Oh, man.
That's right. You got 1 left for the year. I'm going to build such long, painful riffs through the remainder of this year. You wait for this. You just wait for December. Just the tortured stuff I'm going to get. The tortured joke workshopping I'm going to do.
You're going to come up with like a big butcher's paper.
Oh, no, I'm not going to write anything down.
No, okay.
Nothing's going to be written down. It's just going to be very confusing. And I'll contradict myself multiple times in it. You're going to love it.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it. Anyway, more Blade Runner. Good.
Here's a quick. So,
Yeah.
because prior to Blade Runner 2049 came out, and I
Yeah.
think they're probably on the Blu-rays, but there was like those little short films
There was, yeah.
that were set in between original Blade Runner and.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's good.
Like, did Dave Bautista get one?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Jared Leto got Leto.
Yeah, he got one. Yeah, and David Batista got one where he was in like he was part of the rebellion. I
Yeah,
think,
that's
the
right.
replicant
Was he the
rebellion.
same replicant that he played in the movie?
Yes.
Presumably
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Good
Yeah.
movie. A lot of people.
And there was a third one.
There was the third one, wasn't there?
Don't know what happened in the third.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm looking forward to that future.
What about Harrison Ford? Could he return?
He could, but he won't.
He could.
Yeah.
50 years.
I mean,
It's also like, is he a replicant? Whatever.
Yeah.
But also, he ages regardless.
That's true. And also, if the technology we've seen recently in the Book of Boba Fett is anything to go by, and as I think maybe we said last week, he could just license his appearance out.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have to be on set. They could just replicate his
Kind
voice
of
as it were.
shocked he didn't show up in Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of amazing, the restraint that they showed.
Yeah.
But season 2, you better believe that's happening.
Yeah.
If they do a season 2, which maybe they shouldn't.
Not to show our hand too much.
There's some good stuff in there. We'll talk about it. Variety also reporting that this is some Mission Impossible news.
Oh.
The plan is for the 7th and 8th films to serve as a send-off for Cruise's Ethan Hunt character and the culmination of the entire series. Now, do you think that means...
Renner.
No.
Oh.
I mean, do you think that means Renner?
No, I don't know.
Do you think that means...
He's going to be too busy on renovations. Did you hear about renovations?
No.
He's doing it.
He likes flipping houses, doesn't he? Or am I thinking of Vanilla Ice?
No, this is a
They have
different...
the same
I
haircut.
mean, they do. It's true. No, I saw on Twitter this week he's going to be doing a show. I think it might be a Disney Plus show called Renovations.
Sure, you might have fallen for a prank? Do you think you might have fallen for a
Might
prank?
be a prank or I've made it up.
Yeah.
Might be a hallucination, but it's called Renovations, but he doesn't renovate houses. He makes vehicles.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know. That's why it's probably real.
Should be called Jeremy Renner Asks some Mechanics to Fix a Car
That's right.
for maybe a celebrity friend or something.
Jeremy Renner points at a car and says to a mechanic, "Can you make it go faster and be bigger?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "I guess."
Here we go.
Okay.
Jeremy Renner gives back to communities around the world by reimagining, they should say Renimagining. But
That's
whatever.
right, yeah.
Unique purpose-built vehicles to meet community needs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right? And that's not what renovating is.
It's absolutely not.
if you purpose built a vehicle, it's not called renovating. And also, every time I saw it multiple times, and every time I just thought about the Anthony Bourdain show, no reservations.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, is this going to be a restaurant show?
Yeah, what is it?
They've clearly they've come up with Renovations as a name, and then they've just tried to shoehorn it into Jeremy Renner's life.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think it should be called No Renovations, and it's just him showing up. It's him showing up at various restaurants, and he's like, "I don't have a reno.
I'm here for a renovation.
I don't have a reno." No, he's just trying to get a meal.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't have
full.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am? Yeah, we're full, man.
Yeah, we're full, man. I don't know. What do you want me to kick those people out? They're spending a lot of money.
Yeah, and even if they weren't, you're being rude.
It's rude.
You're a rude man.
That's right.
Actually, I've just found this. This is
unless it is a prank. Is it a prank?
No, it's not a prank.
Okay, right.
This is some Star Wars news, actually. Oh, wait, let's quickly do the Ethan Hunt thing.
Oh, what did you think was going to happen?
I think continue the series, slow him down, but bring him back because he'll want to come back eventually.
Oh, right. So write him out. Do you kill him mysteriously?
Or do we do,
Yes.
not to fully spoil No Time to Die, but if you haven't seen it,
It's been out for 6 years.
Do they put a definitive cap on the character of Ethan Hunt?
Yeah, right. A dunce cap.
A dunce cap. Yeah, what do you think?
One of those padded hats. It's been too many.
I don't think
incidences.
they could. I don't think he'd accept being killed. I think they could totally fake him being killed, or maybe he comes back and I don't know, the person who was killed.
You think
had a
Tom Cruise
mask.
won't accept that his character is mortal and will die one day?
Maybe they're planning some insane stunt where they're pretty sure he's going to die. So they're like, we'll write him out.
Yeah,
We'll write him
maybe.
out. We're pretty sure this is the last thing he's going to do.
Yeah. They're like, I want you to shoot me to the edge of space in a big railgun cannon thing, and they're
Do you
like,
want us to bring it back? Nah. That's fine. I'll be all right, I reckon. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if they want the franchise to, because it does well, right? The Mission Impossible franchise does
Very well, yeah.
right? So
I feel like they're kind of tied though, like him and that whole thing. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all one thing. You know
yeah,
what
yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's like we discussed with No Time to Die. That Daniel Craig no longer in the franchise. Do they keep the team going?
Yeah.
And so recently there's a new James Bond book coming out, like a novel.
Oh,
it's
not
called
bad.
Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Two things that are interesting
Should have
about
called it 00 or nothing,
I got to send an email.
please.
It's the first Bond book by a female writer, which I think is interesting. And secondly, it's one. There's a bunch of Bond book continuity. Some are set in the 60s and some are set now. This
Okay.
one's set now, and the premise is that Bond is missing, presumed dead, and it's about 3 other 00 agents.
Oh, cool.
And they're doing 00 stuff, but they're also trying to track down Bond and see if he's definitively dead or not. I don't think it's out yet.
Yeah.
But it's on the way.
sounds really interesting.
But what I think is interesting about that is it feels a little, not that book audiences compare to movie audiences just in terms of
Yeah.
the money spend, but it
Testing a concept though. aren't
yeah,
you?
yeah, it feels to me like they're testing the idea of what if we kept doing 00?
Yeah.
What if we kept doing the 00 set the 7 universe, but different 00 agents? Try that out.
And does he show up at the end?
I don't know. It's not
Yes.
out. Oh!
Probably, I reckon he's not dead and he shows up.
Whoa.
He goes, I've been in deep undercover.
That's right.
And they're like, thank God.
Been working with this Denny's.
Because you normally do all the work. And we,
That's right.
this was a fucking
Yeah,
nightmare.
this is
for us.
absolute. You're always in there having arguments with them, and then he's like, I'm putting you on the big assignment. We're like, thank
Oh
God.
my God, yeah.
I just,
I don't have to flip a motorbike over a big crocodile or whatever.
That's right.
I had to do that to get here. Nightmare, honestly. My suit's all crinkled.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is via the Ringer podcast. They were talking with former Vanity Fair reporter Joanna Robinson. She said she heard whispers of the Disney-owned Lucasfilm not only being interested in, but actively building towards the idea of a post-sequel trilogy Jedi Order that embraces emotional attachments instead of forbidding them.
So another 3 movies after the 3 movies we just saw. Okay.
That feels very soon, though. I feel like you need to give that at least 10 years, right?
Nope. Keep it moving.
It's been 3. So, yeah, by the time you get it moving, I guess it'd be 5 to 8
Yeah.
by the time this opens up.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Okay.
But it's people like the new Jedi Order as well. Did you ever read any of those books?
Yeah.
And?
Pretty good.
Tell the truth.
I can't remember if
That's
they
my
were good or
son
not.
does when he knows I'm lying. He's like, tell the truth. Like, oh, you got me. You got me, mate.
Every day you ask your son, you read the new Jedi Order? Tell the truth. One day he's going to surprise you
Yeah, that's true.
with a knife. Stop asking me.
So, yeah, there you go. I guess, because there's a lot of stuff that I would have kind of liked to have seen in the sequels that they avoided. Like, they basically just went, what if the Empire, but again.
Wait, so when are these going to be set? When were these potential?
Post. So it'd be Rey and Finn, presumably.
Oh, okay,
training.
right. And so they've created a new. They're creating a new Jedi Order, which presumably isn't like don't trust your feelings, but don't have any feelings.
Yeah. No, you can have feelings.
Yeah.
It's all about attachment. So you pick a particular thing, I guess.
Lightsaber.
And you fall in love with it.
Big rock.
A big rock.
That X-wing you're always picking up and swinging around.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
right.
So I don't know, but I feel like also it would make sense if they were like barreling towards this because the timeline of the creation of Star Wars things now is sped up dramatically.
Yes.
Like it used to be very slow, very sparse. You know, the quickest thing that ever happened was like a couple of Clone Wars animated things around the time of the prequels, you know?
Now they've got an AI making them.
That's right.
Soon they'll be able to make Star Wars content without any human involvement
Thank
whatsoever.
God, as it should be. That's what I think. There we go. So that's interesting, I guess, isn't it? Depends who's on it and whatever, but
That's
yeah,
true.
why not?
Would this replace wasn't there going to be a Ryan Johnson trilogy of some sort?
They're not doing that.
They're not, I
They
know.
haven't
But,
confirmed it, but
Yeah.
I would be shocked.
oh, yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let me just double check that. I want to go to the Lucasfilm page.
Are you talking to your computer?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Computer,
yeah,
I want to go to the
computer.
Lucasfilm page.
Tell me how to.
I want to go to the Lucasfilm web portal.
There was a. Where's fucking Star Wars?
Where's StarWars.com?
So Ryan Johnson basically.
1-800 Skywalker for hints and tips, I think.
When I was looking into the sequels,
Go on.
I'm sorry, and what they were making and not making, they kept Ryan Johnson on the website. They deleted a bunch of pages.
right. Yeah.
That didn't have him on it. And I'm just trying to find out if they deleted his sequel page, but I can't find it.
Okay.
But let's just say they're not making it. I'd loved it. I'd loved it, and I would love it. Anyway. Moon Knight.
Yes.
See this new image?
I did.
Well, and?
Got his little suit on.
Got a little suit.
His little, so for people who don't know, who haven't read the comic books, some versions of Moon Knight, there's regular Moon Knight, superhero style Moon Knight with the cape and the costume and what have you.
Yes.
But he is not allowed, in some places in New York, the police do not want him interfering. They don't want vigilantism interfering in their law enforcement, but they have a weird pretense. He puts on a white suit and he's Mr. Knight. He's just a concerned citizen.
Yes.
That sometimes like
And they go, all right.
this is fine, I guess.
We like this.
Yeah, looking good.
I agree.
Lovely texture on it.
Yeah.
It's got a double-breasted waistcoat with a little kind of a lapel there. Looks like it's sort of crescent shaped, sort of reminiscent of his throwing thingies.
What do you think about the idea of like they're doing all the Moon Knight costumes? What do you think that means? You know what I mean? Because often it's like they stick to like one thing for a particular run or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Like, maybe not necessarily, but that's kind of my.
Maybe he's
limited
just got a
understanding.
passion for fashion.
Wow,
you know?
don't we all?
Yeah, that's true. But also, I'm very curious as, again, because we've seen so little of this, it's very curious to me as, okay, is this going to be a replica of that particular issue where he goes into a tenement building and beats all those people up? Or is this a dream sequence?
Yeah.
Or is it,
Is this his regular stuff? Is this his like regular get-up as opposed
exactly,
to
yeah. But based on that
coffee or
one
whatever.
singular image, he appears to be it looks like he's in a bad neighborhood of some kind.
Yeah.
So I suspect it is that.
Yep.
But that being said, though, do we have time for that? Because
It's apparently it's a one-off, and apparently it's like a limited, like 6 episodes or whatever.
right, but
Yeah.
because obviously
So,
the reason
so
we
anyway.
can put in this idea of he's got this alternate persona where he's this concerned citizen or whatever, it's because he as a superhero has existed for many, many years.
Yeah.
And he's figured out a way to fight crime even when in places where he's not allowed to fight crime. Is he going to have time to do that in this show, this 6 episodes, or is this just an homage to that and it's just the look for whatever reason? Maybe he's going to a masquerade ball.
I hope it's more than just a homage. I'm just trying to work out how many episodes it is. I think it is about 6. I can't remember. Anyways, they're always about the same amount of time. So like if it was 10, it would be like 30-minute episodes.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So yeah, interesting. Cool. I like it. Also, Ryan Johnson, that article still is up there that he's making the sequel trilogy, but there hasn't been any movement on it.
Interesting.
As of so far.
What's the view counter on that website?
Tell
Down the
you
bottom?
on StarWars.com. It doesn't
That's
tell
a
you what's
shame.
going on.
Okay, well.
Doesn't tell you, Mason.
What song are they playing? And like
Sorry.
what MIDI song are they
The
playing?
Star Wars song.
That's cool.
You know?
That's pretty cool.
The Star Wars song.
Yeah.
If we talk about Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and all those kinds of things, we should point out we did a commentary for Batman 1966, the
did.
movie.
Yes.
At bigsandwich.co if you do want to check it out. Yeah, it was fun.
Heck of a time. I
Heck
tell
of a
you
time.
What. Yeah,
What
really
a
good.
movie. What an
It
era.
really is, yeah.
Yeah, so we did that leading up to the Batman, which is happening. Also, we're not doing Uncharted this week because it's not out here yet. It's out here next week.
Oh, yeah.
And we will make fun of it next week. Don't
Great,
even worry
terrific.
about it. You excited?
Topic locked in, yeah.
Topic locked in. And probably Peacemaker as well, because Peacemaker's
Oh,
wrapping
yeah.
up next
I
week
should
as well.
watch any of that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, it's good, but I haven't watched any yet.
You should watch it. You should watch it.
I didn't have a lot of time. I was watching the Book of Boba Fett
Oh,
this week.
yeah.
Over and over and over and over again. But yeah, you were saying Netflix is losing Netflix is losing the Netflix Marvel shows at the start of next month.
Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, The Defenders, The Punisher, and Luke Cage. They're leaving Netflix March 1st.
Yeah.
Now, we still don't know exactly what's going on here. Is this like a deal expiration where they were only lent the characters? Did Disney straight out buy these back? Apparently, though, according to Deadline, they say it's reverting back to Disney, which sounds to me like it wasn't going to be there forever.
Yeah, because they only had like when these were made, Disney owned Hulu, I think. But they
weren't doing any of this.
No, like
stuff,
the only game in town streaming wise was Netflix. So I think it's
Daredevil was 2015, I want to say.
But I mean, I guess they exist in that world. Like, there's a lot of stuff where you turn on Netflix and you put a show on and it says it's a Netflix original production. But then if you look into it at all, it's not. It's just it's on other streaming platforms and other channels around the world. They just happen to have put it on Netflix and they put that bumper on it.
Yeah.
So I guess that was the case of this. It's always been a Disney Marvel show, but they just
I think Netflix paid for it though. I'm pretty confident.
Wow.
Yeah, they eked out a deal.
Oh.
Eked out a deal. They egged it out. I think. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I imagine we'll see more articles on this
Yes.
soon enough, and the nitty gritty will be ironed out.
it says expect an announcement soon. It also means like what's canon, because there's a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff on Disney Plus like that's X-Men and whatever that isn't canon.
Yeah.
But also multiverse, but also they never have to say any of it's canon or whatever.
That's true.
Yeah.
And and apparently also there's been a real increase in interest in these
Yeah.
shows now because obviously,
Especially Daredevil.
people love old
I'd
stuff.
imagine.
Just
Just like seeing Daredevil and Spider-Man.
for
and
sure.
whatever,
Uh,
I need to watch Daredevil season 3.
you do.
Why have I not done that, Mason?
You're a bad man. Yeah.
I've been watching Book of Boba Fett again and again, like you told me to. Though.
That's true. So, and also, what this will also end up in is happening probably is they'll disappear off Netflix and then they just won't be anywhere for a few months and then they'll just slowly start appearing on whatever platform they're licensed to in various countries.
Yeah.
Australia will probably get it on Star, which is the Disney sub channel.
Yeah.
You might get it. They might appear on Hulu. Who knows what's going to happen with them?
Yeah.
So if you like,
I think it'll all go to Disney Plus.
yeah, if
in
you
some
if
description.
you're thinking about watching those shows and you haven't before, probably watch them this month
Yeah,
because
it's
they'll
probably
be
the
gone
time
for a
to
few
get it.
months.
Yeah. Cool. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Very cool. Now, James, we took a brief break there, and I had to think,
Yep.
and I came to the conclusion. I said this to you.
Yeah.
I think Moon Knight's tie is a little bit too skinny for my
Yes.
liking. We re-looked at the Moon Knight image.
We did.
Little bit too skinny. I would have preferred a slightly wider tie.
How wide? Like this wide?
Yeah,
as
like
wide
that,
as
yeah.
a big fish?
Like as wide as a very big fish. A kipper tie is what they call
Okay,
them.
yeah, all right. That's interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
That's right.
All right, well, look, I'll see what I can do.
Okay, thanks.
I will digitally alter your version
Thank you. That's all I'm asking.
for you alone. It's just a big, like, jagged hexagonal, JPEG sit in front of it. Anyways, trailers
Just
ahoy.
tape a necktie to the front of my TV. And I'm like, this is fine.
Trailers ahoy, Mason.
I
I know we already talked trailers, but this is more Super Bowl stuff. Again, there's probably more. There might be a Doctor Strange trailer. There might be another look at Moon Knight.
If something huge comes out, if a bunch of huge stuff comes out, we will reconvene.
Yep.
And we'll do a little bonus.
It would have to be like 5 things, though.
Yes.
If it was one thing, I'll do a video on it, or we'll talk about it next week.
If it's got the whole internet screaming
Yeah.
and obsessed, we'll come back. But if they're not screaming and or obsessed, they'd have to be both screaming and obsessed.
That's right. Also, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, like the
that's
day
right.
it's happening. And you know what? It's a season of love, and
That's
Mason
right.
and I will not interrupt that unless it's 5 interesting screaming things.
That's right. And everybody's obsessed.
And everybody's obsessed all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Well, let's do the DC one
I'll be
first,
too
then.
busy opening up a big heart-shaped box of chocolates and unwrapping each one and going, delightful, nom, 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 nom.
Ah, but they're all those like liqueur ones. Gross.
Oh, yeah, no, that's no
They're
good.
gross, Mason.
Yeah.
What's wrong with them? Why'd they make those?
I don't know.
Anyway, just you can have alcohol and chocolate. They don't need to be together. It's fucking stupid. Anyways, Mason, trailers
You will
ahoy
not
again.
stop with your opinions.
That's a
James.
real and true opinion.
I know,
You
I
want
can
You
tell.
want a liqueur? You want a liqueur chocolate?
No.
Exactly. No one
No.
likes them. Just drink liqueur if you love liqueur so much, which is also strange.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Just drink a peach schnapps all day at your job. Just do it. Nom, 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 nom.
trailers ahoy. The first one we'll talk about the DC one. The world needs DC heroes.
Yes.
Which basically gives us
No, the world. It's DC. The world needs heroes. They would not be so bold as to say the world needs DC
Let's
heroes
find out.
specifically.
Let's fucking find out. 'Cause You
Alright.
might be right, actually.
Yeah. There's no way it's the world needs
DC, the world needs heroes.
Yeah,
You're
that's what I
absolutely
thought.
right. So we get to look at a bunch of stuff, including like first footage for Aquaman and Lost Kingdom.
Yes.
More footage of the Flash with some Michael Keaton narration. Is there?
Yeah, there's a Michael Keaton narration. He's like, "Hey Flash, you could go to any universe. Why are you hanging about in this universe?" Because he wants to save his mum and then Flashpoint.
Exactly.
That's
He wants to do the
exactly
Flashpoint.
And he's got a little flip down visor.
That's
little,
right.
Little flip down eye cover thingies.
Wow.
Probably so you don't get bugs in your eyes.
Bugs in your eyes. Yeah, that's true, actually. The Batman, more stuff. I'm avoiding all things the Batman. But that'll be 2 weeks away, which we'll talk about it. And then, I think the biggest, most interesting thing for me was Black Adam, because we
Yeah.
get our first look at.
It's not the interesting part isn't Black Adam in my opinion.
No, I think it looks good.
I think
He looks good.
It's fine. He's fine.
Do you think he looks
Yeah,
cool?
but it's the Rock. We know what
I
the
don't
Rock
think
looks
so.
like.
I think it's like
Okay.
he obviously it's the Rock, but he doesn't feel like it's
But
just
are you
the
but-
Rock.
Yeah, I know, but also it's like I'm
You're
not.
probably doing an accent. He's not doing an accent.
It's not doing an accent. He's going to be the Rock. But to me, that isn't the interesting
No,
part
it's
of this Black Adam stuff. It's the presence of several members of what I guess is probably the Justice Society
Seems
of
that
America.
way, yeah.
So we get Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, both in I think it's Kent Nelson. So it's just his civilian identity,
Yep.
looking great. Oh my God, Silver Fox, and in the Dr. Fate armor,
The big
with helmet,
bell that he
the
wears.
big bell helmet, the big belmet. And we get what I think is probably the Atom or Atom Smasher.
Yeah, I think it's Adam Smasher.
Yeah, and Hawkman. We get a Hawkman.
And we
in
see
there.
Cyclone as well.
Oh yeah.
So Adam Smasher.
Yes.
But he's big, isn't he?
Well,
is he big?
I mean, there's been a bunch of so you know how there's on the Atom is the guy shrinky
I don't
and
know
big.
anything, just so you know.
Shrinky and big.
Yeah.
Or mostly shrinky.
Because he was in the original Justice Society, wasn't he?
Yes, but the original Atom had no powers at all. He was just a little guy who was good at punching.
That's good.
Yeah. But then I think in maybe like the 50s he got atomic powers.
Yeah.
Like he exposed himself to radiation and got atomic powers. But
At
then
the same time everyone else did.
Yeah.
Because they all got atomic powers.
And then I think his son is the one we see. The one in the comics called Atom Smasher, who's got like nuclear powers and he can get really big.
Yeah.
That's the son of the original. So whether this guy's the son of the original or he's just the standard of the Atom. I don't know. Al Pratt is his name. So
he's a Pratt.
he's a
You
bloody
expose
Pratt.
yourself to radiation.
Seems like a bloody Pratt. And also, what is a little bit disappointing in this is that would be an amazing shot. This Atom Smasher character like storming through this city looking enormous. If we hadn't seen Ant-Man do it already a bunch of times.
I also saw the comment that was like, because everything's got that kind of yellow haze over it, that it's like, oh, what kind of like Brazilian city is this set in?
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean? Which is like, I think the Fast and Furious probably started that of like, we're in South America, everything's yellow, everything's got a yellow tinge to it.
Our plane's flying over the big sign that says the continent of South America.
Hawkman looks amazing as well.
And again, we don't know what
is he the alien one? Is he?
Yeah. So and again, what's interesting about a lot of these characters is that because they've been around so long and there's been different DC continuities and what have you, they're like like the confusion with the Atom and Atom Smasher just then.
Yeah.
Which version are we going to get? And sometimes the Justice Society in the comic books consists of like some of the old school heroes from like the 30s and 40s.
Yeah, like original Flash, original Green Lantern.
And their new counterparts and then some new guys who are just in the Justice Society now. So like we don't know what versions these could be and they might change. I suspect this Hawkman is probably like Egyptian origin Hawkman. Probably
I hope so, yeah.
Not alien origin Hawkman.
Oh, no, then I hope not. I hope he's an alien.
Okay, right.
Weird alien.
The ones...
Weird Stargate
the ones
Egyptian
in the,
alien.
Yeah, the ones in the CW universe I think are aliens.
Okay.
So...
Yeah.
Either way.
I agree.
But these guys... Well,
I agree it is either way.
It is a yes. Or a third way. A third... heretofore undiscovered.
I think.
Not so far, no.
I don't think she's in this.
Okay.
Yeah. Very...
and which cycle are we talking? Red Tornado or who is it? I didn't see him.
Think so. We still it's the yellow, not the yellow one. I think the green one.
Oh, Green Tornado.
I think.
Okay.
No, Cyclone.
Oh, is it a lady?
Yes.
Okay, then it'd be Cyclone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Though the Red Tornado has been in Justice Society. Well, everyone's been in everything.
Yeah.
Including Black Adam, who has been in the Justice Society. So do you think he's wreaking a bit of Black Adam havoc? And they're like, listen, Black Adam havoc. We need you to calm down and stop doing all of this.
Just settle down.
Where there's a bigger threat.
Yeah.
We need you. And he's like, I only work alone, or whatever. And then like, we encourage you, etc.
A bit of that,
Yeah, he's an anti-hero.
Yeah. And maybe Hawkman will be like, I remember when we were both in ancient Egypt doing ancient Egypt stuff. Well, we need you back.
I do actually remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Good stuff.
I remember that very
Still got
well.
those big wings. It's very impressive.
It's good that you've got the big wings.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd just be a normal man.
You know how everybody loves hearing about dreams? Mm-hmm. I had a dream, Mason.
Oh, yes,
and
I'm
I think
listening.
it was tied into the Super Bowl and this.
Okay.
That I was somewhere and I threw it.
Were you at football and somebody was kicking you?
No. I threw the football and The Rock was there. And he goes, wow, that was incredible. That was just like Tom Brady. That's what he said to me.
Wow.
And I remember at the time being like, that was great for me to hear.
And this
sport that I know nothing about.
And this was when you were a child. This was when you were a child. This dream.
No, that was a man.
Oh, as a man.
This just happened.
Wow.
He said you could play professionally.
Wow.
Well, now that Tom Brady's retired,
and you were like, "What would you know, The Rock? You're not even in a professional sports team. Maybe you were in the XFL for 5 seconds."
I think you tried to be in a professional sports team, and then you had a crippling injury, and you had to then go to wrestling.
Yeah. Now you're a huge action movie superstar.
Must
get
be
out
nice.
of here. It must be nice.
Anyway, I appreciate it.
But we remember when you were just slightly smaller. You weren't this big. And so we hold that in our heads. And we're like, you didn't used to be that big. You know?
Anyways, I'm sorry that I told everyone a dream that I had.
And that was great. Everybody emailing with your own dreams.
Don't.
Tweet at James with the dreams you've
shouldn't
had.
have done it.
Nah, you're going to do it though.
It's boring.
Nah,
I told it because it was embarrassing. It's a stupid dream.
Yeah.
Anyways, Lightyear got a new trailer.
I didn't see that one.
We saw Zurg was in it.
From StarCraft.
No, Zurg.
Who's Zurg?
Zurg's like the Darth Vader of that universe.
Oh,
it's his father,
nice.
Whatever.
Have we seen that in the movies?
Yes.
Or is that just...
Yes, no, he's in the second one.
Oh, is he?
At the very least. Maybe in more.
I do not remember that.
It's a good movie. Toy Story 2. You ever seen it?
Yes.
It's a good movie. And it seems as if they're marooned on a planet.
Oh.
And they've been there a year and they need a Buzz Lightyear to test some kind of jet engine so they can leave. Just like Star Trek First Contact, where they try out to the warp drive for the first time. Zephyr and Cockring. Is that right?
Yes, all that's very correct.
Good.
What are you doing, a deep dive on next generation Star Trek movies? What's
You
going
wish. No, I just know that. That's the first Star Trek movie that I saw.
Oh.
I saw it on Foxtel on holiday in New South Wales when I was a child.
on there? That's great stuff.
And I remember the Borg Queen. I remember being like, Star Trek's cool. Then I saw more Star Trek and I'm like, I don't think this is actually very cool.
Yeah,
actually.
so what happened there is you saw an even numbered Star Trek.
Yes.
Which set up expectations that the odd numbered Star Treks could not
And that
possibly
they were
achieve.
all like Star Wars because they're not. Like that's a very
Yeah.
unusually
It's the
action-packed.
most, yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got the Enterprise crashing at
Yeah,
the end.
I mean,
right?
they all
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah, they
But like
do,
he's
yeah.
John he's
But
John
sometimes they crash
McClane
in a
in it.
boring way.
They do. But he John McClane's it. Like
Yeah.
Picard in that movie.
Yeah.
He just John McClane's all over that ship. Anyways, Black Adam looks great.
Yeah.
Who knew? He
Not
was
me.
cast, I saw, in 2007.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
It's a long time.
it is a very long time. Like
It's 15 years.
It's sort of amazing that any actor has sort of maintained a physique that long. Like
true.
Like the
Pre-MCU.
the idea that they would go, okay, we're finally in pre-production for this movie. Oh, our actors, he's not in that shape anymore.
That's
He's
so
not in,
true,
He's
isn't
not
it?
in fighting shape anymore. But I guess they, back the right guy because the Rock will never not be in shape.
He'll never not be in shape. So he was 35 when he was cast, and now he's 49.
Well,
And he weighs 118 kilograms, and he's 1.96 meters tall. What else do you want to know about him?
and that's shorter than Vin Diesel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it says significantly.
Significantly
underneath.
shorter. Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Laughably smaller than Vin Diesel. It says.
How tall is Vin Diesel? I reckon he's like maybe 6.
Maybe he's one of those guys where it's like accurate height detail not available. Like
Yeah,
his
probably,
lawyers
yeah.
have gotten in there and they've scrubbed it off.
Yeah, it says
the-
he's 182.
Okay.
So yeah, Vin Diesel is shorter. Just so you know, Mason.
Mm-hmm,
Just so you know. So also we got a trailer for Nope.
We did.
Oh,
the
we
new
like whatever.
Jordan Peele horror movie.
August 4th. So horse training. Was Waggly Arm Men. Twilight Zone holes in space stuff.
Yeah.
Cowboys. What do you think?
I love the look of it.
Yeah.
I didn't
What
understand.
is it?
I didn't know. Well, that's the mystery, isn't
That's
it?
good, yeah.
I mean, I love Get Out. I didn't love Us as much, but
There's some good like horror stuff in that though.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
for sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was certainly
Yeah.
tense. It's just the system that was, the
Yeah, you kind of got to ignore all of that.
Yeah.
Like how it works.
Yeah, but I mean, it was still very, very effective and very scary, certainly,
Yeah.
so which is very good. So I'm excited for this.
I agree. So there's a number of people in this also who have been in like the new Twilight Zone. It seems.
I was going to say Daniel Kaluuya's in this, and he
Oh
was
yeah,
obviously
he was
Get
in
Out. Yeah,
Get Out as well. Obviously, Mason.
obviously.
But yeah, so
Oh, they were in Twilight
yeah.
Zone.
Stephen Ewan, who was in, he had a Twilight Zone episode. He's in it, and I was going to say a number. He's the only one that I recognised.
Nice.
But probably others from that Twilight Zone show that he
Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail Nanjiani. I don't think he's in this.
Oh.
But anyway, very interesting. What is it? Very interesting.
Yes.
You know?
And where does the Nope come in?
Yeah.
Because obviously Get Out. You're like, why is it
Do
called
you think
Get
the
Out?
sky opens and like, nope,
Oh, and God's just like, nope.
nope, stop it. Nope.
Sick of this.
We weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
I saw it. And nope.
That's right.
you can't
I know
lie to me,
you've.
I'm
I know
right.
you've built those waggly car salesman man.
We didn't, we swear.
I know you've built them in my image, and I'm just saying nope. I know you did. It's blasphemy, and I'm saying nope.
And he's doing this.
He's doing that because he's a waggly car dealership man, waggly man.
But he's got a big beard.
Yeah, he does. It's true.
He's got a big grey beard.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, August 4th, as mentioned. It's interesting that he's the kind of name now that he gets like in the Northern Hemisphere, he gets a big summer release.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true. Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
When did Get Out come out? I wonder.
It didn't.
I didn't at all.
No.
Whoa.
You imagined it. It was in your mind.
That's incredible.
You've got an incredible imagination.
Yeah, it's
and I like
true.
the way you tackle racial issues in your brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're saying things that other people would not dare.
But also just a very solid like horror action kind of.
I
movie.
agree.
It
The
was-
way you described it to me.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
It did seem that way.
Yeah.
That came out in February, which is,
That's the graveyard.
And
of-
what was the last one called? Us.
Us.
Yeah, and that came out 2019. That came out in March. Oh, so he's crept his way up.
Yeah.
To the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Good on him.
That's right.
So Us made 255 million, and Get Out made 255 million. That cannot be right.
Wow, that's very.
I know.
Very sinister.
Slightly, yeah. That Us made 255 million, 0.2.
Oh.
And the other one made 0.4.
Whoa.
There you go. Another trailer we also got, which will be the last trailer we talk about. Jurassic.
Trailer boat's leaving the
Oh
station.
no,
Yeah,
we forgot to get on.
Yeah, we're stuck here now.
I guess we'll die here.
Yeah. There's Colts coming in, and the tide,
And the tide.
There's a drought.
Oh no,
And there's a fire. There's a fire at the. There's a fire at the boat.
Should have got on that boat, I reckon.
Yeah, we didn't get on the boat though.
Yeah,
we're too
you're
busy
right.
discussing the trailers, and that's how they get you.
Yeah.
So you pay for the ticket, and then you don't get on the boat because you're too busy talking about the trailers.
Just looking at this beach as well. I think it's that one that makes you old.
Oh, nuts!
What a combo.
Nuts! I don't want
uh,
to enter my 30s. Ugh.
Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah.
So we see that Mosasaurus eating a big cage of fish. We
Yep.
see dinosaurs in the snow. Blue has a baby dinosaur.
Ooh.
And Chris Pratt's like, we can't let the world know we've got a dinosaur. They'll come and put her in a dinosaur cage.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's not acceptable or whatever. And we also get, of course, the original cast return.
That's right.
Sam Neill. Has he ever looked better, Mason?
What?
He looks good.
I know, but I feel like you were trying to trick me into saying that Sam Neill has ever looked bad. That felt like that.
Oh, is that what you think?
No, I think Like, looks good. Always looked good.
I'm trying to think of
Death in Brunswick. You seen Death in Brunswick?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, like
Right.
maybe long time ago.
Yeah, nice. Good.
Maybe I haven't.
That's good.
Yeah, I've seen it then.
Nice.
If it's good, I've seen it.
Yeah, he's looking great. Laura Dern, she's there.
She's there.
Great stuff.
Great stuff.
Jeff Goldblum back. Not a surprise because he was in.
He was in the last one.
the last one.
Yeah. But there's the moment. I don't know if you see it when they're all.
He
standing.
looks younger though.
He does look younger.
And he had a beard in the last one. No beard now.
Maybe that's it.
Smaller beard.
Maybe one or the other.
I watched it hours ago. I've already
Something's
forgotten.
changed.
Yeah.
But that shot where you see the original cast,
He's
and
got
the
his
new
leather
cast,
blazer back.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah. He's the new cast and the old cast. They're actually like on the sides.
Yeah, no, knife
Standing-
fight.
Yeah, that's right. So this is supposed to be the end of this current trilogy.
Yeah.
And I guess, that's the way to do it. You bring in all the old cast members and you go, look at this.
Do you think they're going to end?
Look at this, everyone.
Do you think they're going to end with like humanity and dinosaurs in a sort of equilibrium in the
Yes.
world, or do you think it's going to? I would much prefer it ending with
Catastrophe.
catastrophe.
Me too.
Yeah,
And then the next series is like, it's Mad Max but dinosaurs.
yes,
I agree.
Yeah, but you don't think that it's too
It'd be
earnest.
about balance and nature.
Yeah,
and some shit.
yeah.
But then again, maybe you could do a version of that where a lot of what is known now, like banks, are gone because
Sure,
of
banks.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But everyone's trading tomatoes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is banks.
Yeah,
If they're, if all the banks fell down, it would just be tomato currency.
that's right.
It's my understanding of economics. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know what I would have loved to see? Nedry. Bring Nedry back.
And he's just covered in acid.
Yes.
He's still
but he's
screaming.
still alive.
Sure.
I mean, BD Wong's still in this.
That's true. He's growing his hair out. What do
growing
you
his
think's
hair.
going on there? He's going mad?
He's going mad.
Yeah, good stuff.
yeah.
BD Wong. Thank you for showing up as the villain. Love that. Love that idea.
Oh, and what we did get, feathered dinosaurs.
Yes.
Is that new? Is that entire? Is that
No, they did it in Jurassic Park 3, a movie you haven't seen.
correct?
And I think there's like hints of it in the other ones, but as they mentioned in Jurassic World, and I love this idea because actually this went around in the group chat, which makes me think this might be a big hit. When my normie friends
Yeah.
are like, that's what we call non-podcasters.
That's right.
Normies.
That's right. Everybody out there listening to this, everybody has their own podcast, so we can say
We're allowed
that.
to say that, but
Yeah.
well, like, what's the deal with dinosaurs having feathers now? And they're trying to make it more accurate? And I was like, well, no, because in Jurassic World, the way they got around it, they said they made the dinosaurs, not initially, but they made the dinosaurs retroactively to look like what people think dinosaurs look like,
Yeah.
not what they actually look like. But really, in the 90s, they just made it because they're like, yeah, this is probably what they
Probably
look
what
like.
they look like, yeah.
And also, maybe not all of them had feathers.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
Can you imagine a diplodocus with feathers?
No.
Exactly.
Diplodocus.
Thank you. Somebody's finally brave enough to say it.
That's right.
We'll get cancelled, but I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
No.
Yeah.
I'll stand by that.
This looks good.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. And as I've said before, I will see every Jurassic Park World movie, every one of them for the rest of my life. I don't care what it is. I will see it. I will be there. Yeah.
Jurassic World : Sam Neill just stares directly at the camera and says rude things about James.
Brackets, no dinosaurs.
Dinosaur stuff.
Yep.
You'll still watch it? Wow.
That's for me.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
Yeah, that's cool. I would love that.
Yeah.
They'd be like, he's talking to me, the audience member. This film really speaks to me
Yeah.
about all the things that I don't like about myself.
Camera zooms in on Sam Neill and he's there and he's just got a series of cards and he's like, James, one time I was in the city and I saw you and you didn't see me yet, so I looked the other way, and then I went down a side street, so you didn't see me because I didn't want to talk. I knew you'd talk to me, and I didn't want to talk to you. And then he just puts the card aside.
You ever done that?
Yeah. But then I think, what if they saw me first?
Exactly.
Because I always think I'm like, people are wrapped up in their own little worlds.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing someone first.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, I don't want to talk to them.
You think you're the
I
quickest
think
draw.
I'm the fastest drawer in the West. But what if they saw me way ahead of time?
Yeah.
And they're doing it first, and then
Or well, not that they're even ducking away; they're still walking towards you. You know what I mean? They're
to force a confrontation.
I'm looking forward to this Nick Mason interaction.
Oh no!
And you duck into a bras and things, and they're like, "Well, now I know."
That's
He's
right.
definitely avoiding me because he would never go into a bras and things. He'd be too embarrassed.
That's right.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Oh, dogs fighting.
Dogs
out
are
there.
fighting.
Them's fighting dogs. You know who doesn't like? You know which one of my dogs doesn't like the Twilight movies? Oh, by the way, we're sorry for all the tricks. We're just doing Twilight now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're just doing Twilight, I guess. We just keep doing.
Well, we lied last week.
Keep doing
so-
Twilight movies until we finished doing Twilight movies, and then maybe some Twilight fan films.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
we'll read that book from the other guy's perspective or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
the other guy perspective book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, very excited Jurassic World.
Hang on. So
Will
your
be
dogs
good.
don't like Twilight movies?
Yeah, the Jacob wolf specifically, which is probably a really good
because they've
instinct.
seen it on TV.
Yeah, well,
They don't
the
like
little
it.
one especially, Zippy.
Huh.
It's like, yeah. Also, I
Wow.
found out my son named Zippy after a Ninjago dragon called Zippy.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So there you go.
Again, not Zippy the Pinhead, the comic book character.
No,
Okay, right.
not that made up thing.
That's real.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Why don't you buy the IP then and release a movie?
I will, I reckon. Yeah.
Good. You kickstart it. You dipshit. Anyway.
It's interesting because, like, a lot of dogs don't even notice things on TV.
No,
Some dogs
you're
are just
right,
like,
yeah.
it's just a blank wall to them.
I think maybe because she's a puppy, so she can't tell.
Yeah.
The other dog, again, like doesn't give a shit.
And also, you're clockwork oranging that dog.
Yes.
You've got the hooks in its eyes, and you're making it watch the TV.
That is thoroughly correct. Anyways, I think that's, as of right now,
Yeah.
that is everything we have. If we come back, this won't be here, but
That's true.
This will probably
Maybe
be
it will be, though.
Yeah.
And we'll have to do a heartfelt apology.
Wow.
Sorry, we were wrong, folks. There's more content.
Oh, there definitely will be. And it's just like, because you got to work tomorrow and we'd have to squeeze it in. And it's Valentine's Day.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Heart-shaped
You know what I
chocolates.
mean?
Yeah,
Heart-shaped
yeah.
chocolate filled
Yeah,
with
yeah.
liqueur. Also, there'll be a Lord of the Rings thing, won't there, Mason?
Yeah, I mean,
we
there
already
was
saw some imagery
Production
and whatever.
stills and
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
Looks
A lot of people
expensive.
are saying, like, oh, it looks very clean and shiny and...
Yeah, you know, it's promotional stuff, so I'm not...
That's true. Yeah, there's a certain crispness to those. It's not like we haven't seen the trailer yet, but like the Entertainment Weekly shots that get they're always very glossy, no matter what it is.
Exactly.
You know.
And think of it this way. Like, there's so much art and craft and, like, went into this and the creatives involved and all of that
Yeah.
and the cast and the crew and all the behind-the-scenes stuff. People flying around the world making this show and billions of dollars.
This is building up to a fun joke. Here we
Yeah,
go.
what if it just doesn't? It's not good.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't that be something?
So good, really.
I mean,
good.
I'd feel bad for, like, creatively the people involved, but, you know, my God.
Yeah,
It could happen.
that's true.
What's Foundation doing on Apple?
Like generally.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
is
it's
it-
not like people aren't really talking
Oh,
about
I don't
it.
think anybody's talking about
And
it
that
at all.
cost $1 billion or whatever
$1 billion,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No.
I was looking forward to it, wasn't I?
Yeah,
Talked about it all day to you one day.
Yeah.
I bailed you up.
but then I was like,
Outside of bras and things. And I said, I want to talk about Foundation, Mason.
yeah.
I can see you.
Nope. But then I think I went to my TV and I'm like, well, I'll just download the Apple TV app.
Sure.
And then there wasn't one.
Because some TVs, whatever.
And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not then.
Yeah,
Now
my-
I can get one, but it's too late.
What is this one? What's this one?
It's an LG, I
LG
think.
one. You have to go through my PlayStation to get that and
Yeah.
binge. It's a pain in the ass to do that extra thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to when I used to have to drive somewhere as a child to rent a VHS of something
right.
I hated.
Yeah.
Because I'd rent Hercules of the Legendary Journeys.
Yeah. Or you had to...
I would never rent
Yeah,
that. I would
or you
never.
had to, put up multiple VPNs to torrent a thing. Or,
Exactly.
yeah. Or when you had to get it, you wanted an MP3, you had to upload a bunch of other MP3s.
I
Or you
never
could
had that
download an
service.
MP3.
You had that, didn't you?
Yeah, you had to-
That was before Napster, right?
This was before Napster, yeah.
Yeah.
People just have like file servers, and they're just like but this file. I don't even know what the technology was called, but it was they'd have like this server has a 6-to-1 ratio. You got to upload 6 songs, and then you can download one song.
Outrageous.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Where are they all now? Dead.
Dead, probably.
Dead. Probably dead.
What's the currency in that, though? Like, what are you
Songs.
getting? Just songs?
Yeah.
Because there's no money exchanging hands, right?
Weird Al songs, but they're not really Weird Al songs. They're just some guy doing racism. You know?
There was a lot of stuff like that,
A
wasn't
lot
there?
of stuff labeled as Weird Al, but it wasn't Weird Al. It's just a guy doing a racism. And you're like, this isn't even a parody of
Yeah,
anything.
what do you mean? You're just being racist. Anyways, Book of Boba Fett.
We watched it.
We did. I watched it week to week. You shotgunned it.
I watched it all today.
What?
Yeah,
all of it. Oh,
no,
you watched the first one.
I watched I watched episodes 2 through 7 today. Yes.
Let's just do spoilers.
Okay.
It's been out. You can skip ahead. Anyway, structurally,
It's a real mixed bag, this show, isn't it?
yeah, I think a lot of that's got to do with the structure, though. The structure
Yeah.
and the labeling. And I think the problem is as well, it is part of a bigger thing
Yeah.
that we haven't fully seen yet.
Yeah, right.
But calling it this and having 5 episodes be one thing and then 2 not is very odd.
What was interesting is watching reactions to it on Twitter week to week and then going through it today and going, oh, that's what they meant by the Power Ranger space mods.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they meant by this wasn't an episode of the Book of Boba Fett, it was an episode of The Mandalorian. Oh, this is what they meant by that's another episode of The Mandalorian and not the Book of Boba Fett.
This is what they
Oh, that's
meant.
what they meant by an underwhelming finale. Oh, okay, that's what they meant by those things.
I see. There's a lot of stuff that I did like about.
Oh, this was what they meant when they said Matt Berry was in it, but actually they completely wasted the potential of Matt Berry by putting him in a robot that doesn't do anything and just stands and has no noticeable facial expressions, and he doesn't say anything funny. That's what they meant when they said that.
He doesn't do anything.
He doesn't
funny.
do any. He doesn't even like
Give him some Matt Berryerisms.
give him some even. Like an R2-D2 or a BB-8 or something like that, they're animated.
And they do a joke or whatever.
Do a
They do a
joke or like,
physical thing.
yeah, like, when BB-8's, Finn's like, you're going to help me out, BB-8, and then BB-8 does the little lighter
Yeah.
on the robot arm, and that's a funny bit.
It's fun.
Matt Berry's robot guy, he just stands there, his face doesn't move,
Yeah.
his arms don't move.
It's because he's
nothing.
an 80s robot. That
Yeah.
robot's from the 80s.
But I don't understand. Get Matt Berry because he's great, and
Yeah.
they got who
we
else?
got
did
Taika
they?
Waititi for.
They got Taika Waititi in season 1 of The Mandalorian, but work with that.
Yeah.
And maybe they were tight on time, but if you're going to get a guy who's all
Ha ha!
I think maybe one of the first times I ever saw Matt Berry is when he kicks the door in that church during the funeral, and he's like, "Father!"
Yeah,
and
amazing.
drops to the ground, and it's you're not going to give him anything that
Garth
suits,
Marenghi,
right?
Toast of London,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is back.
Yeah.
I got to watch that.
Oh yeah, I saw Garth Marenghi before.
Yeah.
He's great, I guess. Yeah.
Wait, Garth Marenghi's back?
No. I saw it before I saw.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anyway, Book of Boba Fett, if we
Yeah.
must.
I like the idea of seeing his Tuscan origin, but also I got
And from Tuscany.
Yes, I hate he's getting in the tank, is he? Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna do some of this for a bit.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna flash back and
He could have flashbacks during other stuff.
yeah. It's interesting that his flashbacks are in chronological order. That's interesting. Whatever. It's a creative choice. Whatever.
Yeah,
That actually doesn't bother me, but. The idea of this guy living among a tribe and fleshing out his characters, which are cannon fodder or monsters, really. That's what they have been.
Yeah.
And giving a native, civilization depth and characters and whatever. That's all cool.
And he learns some new skills. And
He learns how to use a stick.
you
You know what's better than a stick?
A gun?
A gun.
All the guns he's
rockets
got?
in your knees.
Yeah, knee rockets, sure.
Yeah. All of those things are better.
Yeah.
A helmet that you aim and you have a rocket in your backpack.
A rocket in your backpack.
Did you notice when he flew back to get the Rancor and then he came back, get the rocket back in his backpack? He must have grabbed a spare rocket. But then I'm also why didn't you
Get your
use
spaceship.
Well,
You should have gone back and got your
Shit, you're right.
spaceship. Should have gone back and got your spaceship that we'd seen in a previous episode. That you
Just
could just mow
scorched
down
earth.
everybody. Just it's got lasers and missiles and stuff. Go get that's probably at the palace. Go get that and get in that and just blast. How strong do you think the force? Maybe if you shoot your lasers and your giant lasers, your giant missiles at those droids, and the shields still don't go down. Then go and get the Rancor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, should we do that now? Should we do the finale now?
No,
Or
let's go. I think we
Okay.
should go through it in somewhat chronological order, like a flashback.
Yeah.
You know how all your flashbacks in your life are in
Old
chronological
mine
order?
are, yes.
Yeah.
So the villains early on, they were like, who is it? And
Yeah.
they introduced some new Hutts, some cousins of Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah,
you haven't seen Hutts in new canon, at all.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Which was, live action, I should say.
But animated, maybe? Clone Wars or
Yeah, a
something?
bit of anime.
Rebels?
Yeah, Rebel. I can't remember Rebels, but yeah, and they've been in comics and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
They've been around, and seeing them and everybody's buckling under the weight of
Yeah, that was
carrying
fun,
two
yeah.
Hutts. But just to then be it's not them. It's the villains from Solo who all look the same and wear masks and I don't care. That's boring.
I think if I had any criticism of any of this, if I had to have one criticism,
I mean,
but
you've had a lot of criticisms
I have
so
many
far.
criticisms, but if I had to have one, it's that we got introduced to a lot of characters and that they had no characterization.
Yeah.
Like give us 5 characters and give us some depth on them. But don't be like, we're the Hutts and we're here and we're going to get you. We'll be back to get you. We've changed our minds. We actually won't get you.
You can
We'll
have
leave.
this Wookiee, actually.
Yeah, that's quite all right. But or like, we get the mods.
Yeah.
And what's their deal?
Spins.
All
Did you
right.
see the spin
I did see
outrage?
the spin, but it was
That
also
felt very Robert Rodriguez.
that's exactly the whole
spin.
deal.
I don't have
That's
a
his
problem with the spin.
like exactly that's his whole deal.
Yeah. You see Desperado, anybody?
Yeah,
It's all that.
It's all that. It's all
Yeah.
spins. Like, give him one.
Yeah.
Like, I love somebody. It was just a gif of that, and somebody being like, "Star Wars is over, everyone."
Yeah, we know.
But I think the thing is,
Star Wars is
though,
always over for someone.
it is. But I would be more. I think maybe one of the reasons that characters like the mods were critiqued so heavily is because they didn't have anything behind what they were. Like, I'm
like a reasoning or like a...
Yeah, like I'm okay with the idea of, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's Power Rangers," and how possibly could they possibly have all this stuff in? They don't have any money or jobs or water. How could they possibly have? They're just like speeder bikes with a nice coat of paint on them. They're
Also,
really
like,
not.
Wasn't that the idea behind like the original like
Mods. Yeah, yeah.
They're all about like the bikes.
Yeah,
And that's what they use water on, and that's where all their time and effort
like
goes
real
into.
1960s mods. If you've
Yeah.
seen Quadrophenia or whatever, or like working class.
Yeah.
Poor kids who just were like, I'm gonna get a really nice suit and a nice Vespa, and I'm gonna.
That's my thing.
And that's my thing. And like, if you are driven, you find a way. So like,
Yeah.
that makes sense of this. But what I felt was realistically, we got of the mods we got. Like 2 of them really had anything to say, and we didn't learn anything about them except maybe one of them was like, "I used to live over there, so we can't fall back anymore because we'll fall off a cliff." Okay, great, but like, I didn't learn anything. But like, give us some backstory,
Yeah.
give us some.
I know-
I don't know what those characters are like beyond that they're sort of British.
Yeah. And it's interesting, not interesting. Of like, I don't have a problem with any of the design because I think a lot of George Lucas stuff, like he was influenced by like car culture and hot rod culture and all that kind of stuff. And you see those influences in his movies. So like aesthetically, yeah, it's an odd thing for Star Wars, but Star Wars is insane.
Yeah.
There's like everything, so it's fine. But yeah, I
Maybe
agree
they
with-
saw them in a magazine.
Maybe they saw them in a hollow magazine. Yeah. So I don't. Again, all of like that's fine. Like. Then there's little things like, he goes back to the Sarlacc and he's like, I think my armor's in there. Why do you think that? Like, what happened? Like, you crawled out.
Yeah.
You did that. You would have had to use your armor to crawl out.
You were wearing the armor when you got out,
and then maybe you forgot that they took it off you.
yeah.
But you weren't wearing it. Do you think it just rolled back in the pit?
Yeah, do you think in this area where like resources are really scarce that somebody saw the armor and went, don't need that, don't need any of that stuff, I'll just kick it back into the Sarlacc?
Yeah, strange, right?
Yeah, I
and
don't
just and that was just an excuse for the Sarlacc to grab him, and then he used the sonic charge or whatever, which was cool. I like that. But how strong is that thing? I remember when it grabbed Lando. How strong is Lando? Because
Very
Lando
strong.
didn't get pulled in.
Very strong.
Remember that when Han Solo lifts him out or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this had a spaceship. Mm-hmm. Could have just
Maybe the Sarlacc was in heat or something.
maybe the Sarlacc was in heat.
Yeah.
The second Sarlacc.
Or maybe it was a different Sarlacc.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Did you expect more of his climb out?
Or maybe it was a young Sarlacc then, and it's had 10 years to get real mad.
That may be right.
Yeah. How do you feel about the character of Boba Fett currently?
I think I don't have a problem with any of the direction of it because I think everybody puts their own idea of what this character is about
Yeah.
on it. I don't have a problem with him changing, deciding to be a crime boss. I just think
Well, not right, mate. A crime.
yeah,
boss.
whatever, or
Yeah.
like someone who likes a town.
Yeah.
And
You're right. He's become a man who likes.
that's
the town.
all fine, and like the relationship with Fennec Shan, like I quite like them as a team, but like it's not.
Did we know she was a cyborg before this?
Yeah, she got rescued, and we saw it in Mandalorian.
Oh, did we? Okay,
She goes, look at my robot guts, sort of.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right.
But like, I want to see more of him. What is he about? And I think it kind of lost sight of that for one when it derailed into the
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of felt like it never felt like there was any. A lot of the Boba Fett, Fennec Shan stuff felt kind of stilted to me. Like the interactions felt quite stilted.
Yeah.
And
Do you think they were like, we won't make him talk much because he's
Yeah,
Boba
maybe.
Fett? And then you're like, well, I'm not. What am I getting out of any of this?
It never felt like they were having real conversations.
Okay.
I guess
She was always showing him a map.
That's true.
Or a syndicate symbol or something.
There was some off I had a thought, but there's some terrible dialogue. I think
That's Star Wars, man.
Yeah, I know that's true. But at one point, Boba was like, we have plenty of money in the treasury, but we don't have any muscle. And then Fennec's like, well, with money, we can get muscle. Yeah, he probably does know that because he's a bounty hunter.
Well, he was.
He was a bounty hunter. Now he's just a guy who likes a town. But I don't know. It never felt like they were having any real conversations.
I think
and
that's
I'm okay. I'm totally okay with a guy who's like, I used to be all about money.
Yeah.
And
look where it got me.
And look where it got me, and now I've changed.
In a big wet bin with a beak.
But it kind of, to me, it felt like back, like in the minimal appearances like he had back in the day, he was just like businesslike and cynical.
Yeah.
And then he just became like very noble in this.
Yeah.
Like he felt like a nobleman, like a member of royalty. And it would have felt to me better if him and Fennec Shan had some real conversations about like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
It has to be all about the money. I don't know. Like it always felt like they were talking in it felt like they were talking in cliches all the time.
Okay. Well, I think like you got the better sense of him from his actions and the stuff with the Tuscans than you did with anything beyond that.
Yeah,
you know
right,
what I mean?
right,
Like
yeah.
any interactions he had with her or like most other people. Like every now and then he'd find a bounty hunter and be like, you should be good. Should be good. Like, man, I like this town.
Yeah.
You should like this town, I reckon.
Yeah. Well,
You
I
know?
won't only like money.
I also think like everybody in that clan that you like is dead. Just leave. It's fucking over, mate.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
even, like it's just anyway. Okay, Luke Skywalker's in this.
Sure is.
Like first we get an episode of The Mandalorian where he gets a new ship
Yes.
and he goes, "Wow." And I'm like, "Where's he keeping all these bounties?" But I'm like, I guess he's not doing that anymore.
Now that's a ship that little Anakin flew
Anakin
in Phantom
Skywalker.
Menace, right?
Yeah,
It's not the same one, but it might be the same one.
might be the same one. We,
Yeah, right.
we saw his pod racer piece in an earlier season or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, so he gets that modified, and it makes sense for him now because he's not doing bounties; he's doing galaxy exploration. It's got a little seat for Grogu and all of that.
Yeah.
And that's fun. He's using the Darksaber and he cuts a man in half, and then he visits Luke Skywalker, but then he decides to leave Luke Skywalker and whatever. But like, it's also weird that this is not the Mandalorian, but it's also you need to know that between now and the next season of the Mandalorian.
So if you were like, I love the Mandalorian, I'm not interested in the Book of Boba Fett. You'll be going to the next season of the Mandalorian. They'll probably do a recap.
I'm sure they do a recap, but yeah. But also, like, I would have preferred if maybe he spent some time away from Baby Yoda, like for a time.
Sure, yeah.
Not like an episode or two.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the idea that he gave him up to Luke
Yes.
Skywalker, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe they're thinking, well, there has been a significant amount of time that has passed in
the real world, yeah.
So, but I think I'll like at least do like half a season where they're not together.
Yeah.
You know?
Give him a season where it's just him trying to find a replacement Grogu, you know? Just like find another sidekick or whatever.
Yeah,
give us some sidekick auditions or whatever.
Yeah.
But I imagine that is the
Frog lady.
For me that smells of the algorithm. They're like, we can't have a season of The Mandalorian. Like if we do season 3 of The Mandalorian episode 1, there's no Grogu, people will riot.
Yeah.
You know, certain people will be like, not for me, thank you.
No, but then I think you build anticipation. And
I guess,
don't know, it just felt a little rushed, that whole narrative.
Yeah.
And just like, they're just mates again. And then I guess next time we see him, he has to go to Mandalore because he took his helmet off and whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honor and,
Yeah.
I don't know, he's got a special sword and et cetera
And presumably a special straw, right?
to drink.
Yeah, they would
Yes.
all have to have a special straw.
I think
a
Boba
Beskar
Fett-
straw.
I'm pretty sure Boba Fett in his helmet in the Legends had like a little straw in his helmet.
Yeah, they'd have a little
You'd have
straw,
to.
wouldn't they?
You'd have to, wouldn't you?
Maybe you've got a hatch on your chest
Yeah.
and you pour your smoothie in it or whatever.
Yep.
And then it like works its way up into your helmet.
Cool.
You know?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Here's something that you
And
think.
you know, sometimes your ear's filled with water.
Yeah.
And then like you're just going about your day and it like
Yeah.
whooshes
Yeah.
out. Maybe that's sometimes you're just walking along. And suddenly your mouth's filled with smoothie. Like, oh, I forgot about that. Num, 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 num. Num, num.
Good surprise though.
Good surprise. One of the best surprises you can get.
It's warm now. It's been against my body.
Yes.
But okay, so we talked about this a bit last week, but Luke Skywalker's in this.
Yes.
What do you think of all that?
But not Mark Hamill, as we've learned.
Well, it's credited as him, but
It's credited as
not
him, but again, he's entirely his face is entirely CGI. There's a stand in there presumably.
I think what they've done also,
And they've used AI to replicate his voice. They just tell the AI what to say, and it spits it out in Luke Skywalker's voice.
yes.
Yeah.
So they got a different guy to do the face, and looking at him, he looks structurally more similar to Mark Hamill.
I see.
Which I think makes the deep fake easier.
And they also got the guy that did the improved
Yes.
deepfake on the internet after the original appearance to work on this.
And he did an improvement on that.
Yeah.
And look, it is better. It's definitely better.
Yeah.
It's still a little bit jarring, but it's still very good.
And given that he speaks more in this,
And he's not the only one who worked on this, obviously.
They
That
very
guy.
wisely chosen to do a lot of the dialogue ADR style where he's speaking, but you don't. But you see the back of Luke Skywalker's head, or you're looking down at Grogu and you can't see Luke or what have you.
Can't see him. Where is he?
Probably in space.
No, he was there. He was
Okay.
there. He didn't go to space, did he?
right.
Yeah. But I thought he was going to show up at the end for the fight and be like, "Oh, I'll have this down too." I reckon.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But again,
Then you'd have to pay for that.
and then you'd have to figure out something for him to do. And it seemed to me in that last episode there was a lot of being like, I don't know what to get these guys to do.
Yeah.
Well, I got a lot of guys. I don't know what to get them to do. Stand behind a thing and just shoot. Yep, great.
Okay, let's talk about the finale. Anyway, Luke Skywalker, I don't mind it. Whatever.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
interesting.
it felt very, because obviously Mando wants to, because this is the Mando show.
Yeah.
Mando wants to let Grogu make a choice. Is he going to become a Jedi or is he going to go with him
Become a
and,
Luke
and go
Skywalker.
on space adventure? So he had him the little Beskar chainmail shirt made. But I feel it was but Luke got to provide him the choice.
Yeah.
And I feel like weighted pretty heavily in favor of Jedi because he's like, do you want this little metal shirt or do you want this awesome lightsaber?
And he still picked the metal shirt.
Did, it's true, yeah.
I think, though, and we talked about this earlier, I think that's just Luke being like, I don't know how to do this. It's one or the other, when I think it's not as clear-cut as that.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I think Luke's just like, I think this is how you do this. But really, you can have two things.
We've got metal shirts and we're both wielding lightsabers right now.
That's all right. We won't stop until we cut our own heads off.
That's right. Because we're two men in a room with no supervision. We can do the dumbest things we want.
Anyway, the finale. I mean, I
Have
feel
we
like...
missed anything in between?
Yeah, probably.
The ring world. I like the ring world. I think that
Ringworld's
was a
great.
great. After 6 episodes of sand,
Yeah, it's good to see a ringworm.
yes,
Don't you think?
it's great to see a ringworm. Yes,
And just like little things like he gets in the elevator, and that's clearly the volume, and just seeing what it can do.
Yeah,
and
right.
he goes to a different level, and then whatever. That's cool.
And
man.
I like the fact that he had to travel commercial.
Yeah.
But what's interesting, I thought, is they did.
Bryce Dallas Howard directed that episode as well.
Did she?
It's very good.
Oh. It was interesting that he had to check all his weapons, and then he got off the spaceship later and he unchecked the weapons.
And it was all there.
It's all there. I'm like, opportunity for tension. Chose not to take it. Interesting. All
No,
right.
I thought that was more played as a laugh.
Yeah, right.
Like
okay.
that's how I took it
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
But anyway, it's good to see all the cool stuff he had.
He's got cool stuff.
Got cool stuff. But actually no, we should talk about Cobb Vanth and
Love Cobb Vanth.
yeah. How's he looking?
Great.
That's correct.
Slightly different hair.
Yep.
Like,
But
it's different style, but
bit
so
shorter
good.
on the
Yeah.
sides.
And he's very rangy. He's very much a Western.
Western looking fella.
yeah, yeah.
Like a young Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Obviously coming back from more Justified, as we know.
yes, Clint Eastwood. So he's a pretty quick gun because he's like, put down your spice.
And you know what's speaking of Clint Eastwood,
Put down your spice from the movie Dune.
Cad Bane
Yeah.
is just the bad guy from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He's the bad. He's Lee Van Cleef's character.
Because of the hat and the way he...
And the mannerisms
And
and
he
all
does
that. He
everything?
sounds like him, yeah. Yeah, it's like...
Other than that, though, he's
I'm
different.
liking that. I like that, just to be
Yeah.
clear. I think that's very fun. And again, it's Star Wars, it's Westerns,
Did
it's
you
homages
know
and
who
stuff.
he was when he showed up? I think we talked about
I
him
think we
briefly
maybe
before.
did a video on it and you were like, here's some people who might have showed up and you've probably described. I remember the name Cad Bane.
Yeah.
But if you'd asked me to describe him before this episode, I wouldn't have known.
Okay, fair enough.
But I like
But
the
you
fact.
knew he was somebody when he showed up.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
oh, that's
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
famous,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah. And he's like,
sure. For
You
sure, yeah.
think he's dead?
Did he get shot in the head?
Nah.
Did he get shot?
He got shot and he got stabbed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, we know. Oh, sorry, Cobb Vanth's not dead.
No,
He's
'cause
in
he
the
got
Bacta.
backed at the end,
He
yeah.
got a new arm or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's weird that like Cobb Vanth's friend showed up and just like, we're here because Cobb Vanth is dead. Like they say something, it's not that, but
Yeah,
like pretty
yeah, yeah.
definitive that he's dead. And
They
then it's
say
just
he was
not.
brought down by Cad Bane or something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
but also he was shot in the shoulder.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm like, even in the moment, I'm like, he's obviously not dead.
Yeah.
And then when his teammates show up and is like, struck down in the prime of his life or whatever. I'm like, he'll be back at the end.
Yeah.
He'll be back. He'll show up in this. And it's weird that he didn't in the last firefight.
Yeah.
With a robot sling.
Yeah, with a
With a droid holding his arm in a sling, maybe.
like a little C-3PO looking thing.
Yeah, maybe he's got
Just running
he's
beside
got a
him.
rope. He's got a droid backpack and he's holding his arm there. I don't know.
That's good stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, the final battle, the way it plays out. and I
Should this show have been about Cobb Vanth
Yes.
being the sheriff of some town?
Yep.
Yep.
Or both of them?
Both of them.
Because they both have worn the armor.
And they both have different methods.
Yeah.
And they don't get along. Why give us this mayor that doesn't do anything and this Twi'lek guy who's like, ooh.
Didn't like the ooh guy?
You know what I loved about the guy?
Yeah.
Is that every single time he's like, oh, I'm afraid I can't help you because that's against the rules. And then Boba Fett or whoever would pull a gun on him and he's like, oh, so many apologies. And that would happen every time. Like you would learn at a certain point, they're going to pull a gun on you. So
Yeah.
you'd probably just agree.
Just do the thing.
Yeah.
Just do the thing they want you to do. Mm-hmm. Were you surprised about who was involved?
Nothing. I wasn't
in
surprised by anything.
the betrayals?
No.
And all the Tatooine crime lords betrayed him?
No, wasn't surprised by that at
I
all.
also wasn't surprised.
Because of their crime lordiness.
Yeah, they said that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so the final battle. I mean, when you've got like a city street and a
Yes.
structure, and then you've got like 40 people who are helping you out or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't all want to stand at one end of the street and everybody stands at the other.
That's a Western though, isn't it?
Yeah, but then they just shoot,
Yeah.
and then the robots turn up.
It was not exciting.
It was not exciting at all. And
Yeah.
like spread out, go to the roofs,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
down alleys.
Yeah.
And they sort of did that when the robots turned up, but not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
And then like when Boba Fett and that are fighting and Mandalorian are fighting the robot, they just turn to each other and they're like, this is pretty intense. It's like, no, you should run. It's like right there.
You know what? Because when we have talked about The Mandalorian in the past, I was like, I love the fact that he's meeting all these characters and they're going to he's getting a team together and at the end there's going to be I was like, man, at some point, maybe in the next season of The Mandalorian, he and Cobb Vanth are going to team up again and I'm going to be like, this is just like old
Yeah.
times. This is cool. Like they are Magnificent Sevening it. Like
Didn't feel very
all
cool.
these memorable characters or whatever. But I'm like, you picked the wrong ones.
Yeah.
I think you picked all the ones that I'm not interested in. And maybe there are people who watch this and went, yes, the mods are back.
I thought
the other guys from that town are back.
Yeah.
Not Cobb Vanth, but all his anonymous mates are back in
The
a little
bartender.
truck. You know?
I
That's cool.
I liked the bit initially where Boba Fett and the Mandalorian flew out on jetpacks shooting everybody.
Yeah, that was cool.
Loved that.
Yeah.
But then they all
Then there was just nothing. It was
huddled
just pew,
behind
pew,
a
pew.
car
Yeah.
for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then ran up and down the same street. And I guess that's budget limitations.
They're just blasting miscellaneous guys. It wasn't exciting.
That's what I mean. Like the bad guys were just all the guys in the same mask.
And then Cad Bane showed up for a second.
Yeah.
Like it should have been he was leading the charge and his
or maybe he killed the Tusken Raiders. Because also they have history. Like he gave him the dint in his helmet, maybe.
Yeah, right.
But like, and I know, like, and you don't have to know that going in, but it didn't feel like there was no like. Imagine if he killed his Tusken friends.
Yeah.
Then that would have
My
meant
Tusken
something.
friends.
Also, when he's like, I'm gonna outdraw you or whatever. It's like, yeah, because you've got a blaster you raise with two hands, like a blunderbuss.
Oh yeah, there was another line that I loved there where he's like,
You're
I'm faster
Well,
than
I've
you.
got an
Well,
armor.
I've got armor. No, he said armor.
Armor.
He said I've got armor.
I've got an armor.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. It's not an expression.
No.
Like if he'd said, yeah, but I've got the wisdom or something. It's something that something that he's learned over the course of the season.
I've got a gaffy stick. I'm going to stab you.
Yeah, I've got a gaffy stick. I'm going to stab you with it. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm faster than you, old man. Well, guess what? We're in my palace, and you're over the Rancor pit. You're over the little hatch.
You just hit on something that I don't want to talk about. The fact that they went, where are we going to fight this battle? In the city streets because you don't want to leave the people alone. No, go to the castle. First of all, they probably can't get in. Second of all, you just fucked up that town. Also, nobody helped you. They don't like you. You know? Did you see anybody helping?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's interesting. Like I feel like maybe if you said why didn't they just bring in either Mando or Boba Fett's ships and just blast these robots? Oh, because they didn't want to destroy the town. Yeah, but then you brought the Rancor in and destroyed
anyway.
the town. And also it was weird to me that
Why would you stay in a burnt out bar with no door and then you send your people off to wherever? You just leave the pig guards at the edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
because then they could die nobly. And then they could be replaced by identical pig guards in the next season, probably.
Yep.
Like, also, it would be more impactful if we knew anything about that. What's the name of the what
Gamorrean.
Gamorrean guards? Like if we knew anything about them,
Yeah.
if there was a little, you know,
were nice.
press for time or whatever. But like if there was a scene where you saw them playing cards or something,
Yeah.
or like showing their pig wives to each other, or you know,
Yeah.
or maybe they are each other's pig wife. I don't know.
It's true.
But
What is it?
And then when they died, you'd be like, oh no, those guys were funny.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I liked them. They were.
Yeah.
We grew to love those characters, and they died. But it's like you're going to replace them with identical guys next time, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I think they should have stopped shooting those big
I
shielded
think they should have
droids.
stopped shooting the Book of Boba Fett.
That's really rude. But
no, I think I liked
didn't
I
mind
liked
it.
some of it.
It's all right.
Apart from all these criticisms I've leveled on this for like 30 minutes, I liked it.
But you know how like they keep shooting the thing with the big shields or
Yeah.
whatever? Stop.
It's pointless, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the Rancor shows up.
Yeah.
And that has a big fist fight.
I reckon if
but
they
it
were-
hates fire.
Yeah. I would have shot stuff around the droids, like
too.
like balconies and stuff, and crushed it.
Yeah.
Or the ground,
Yep.
or myself. I'd show myself.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
And through the armor?
Yeah.
Like under the armor.
Yeah, under the armor. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have done that. I would have defeated them handily
Yeah.
with my skills and weapons.
You would have gone and got your car.
Yeah, that's right. But also, there was a moment in that where like Mando can't get through the shields with his dark saber,
Yeah.
but then later he can.
Because it's red. Because its
Oh.
shield was weakened and it was using all the shield at the front.
I see. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then like when he's
Well,
like
then I retract that
yeah,
criticism.
when he's like cutting through it, like go for the eye. It's obviously the eye.
Yeah.
Go for
The weak point.
This is a video game, and that's an eye that you hit in a video game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. And there was something else I was going to say. I can't remember. Oh yeah, like when the Mandalorian goes to ride the Rancor. What are you doing?
Sure.
What are you doing? You're so stupid. Why is everyone like Boba Fett as well? Like, let's be real. He's stupid. He's still stupid. He's always been stupid. He does stupid things. He's
Sure.
stupid.
Uh-huh.
Why is he so stupid?
I don't know.
You know what? He should have killed all those crime bosses like immediately. I know he's trying to like
Sure.
New Leaf and whatever.
Well, that's interesting because
because nobody needs them.
that's
either.
a different show, isn't it? You know what
Yeah,
I mean? You know
it
that's
is.
and that's the lesson of the show, which is obviously people can grow and change, and he
does, and
you thought
whatever.
you can't just go, oh, this guy's a badass and he's always been a badass and he always will be a badass. Well, people change and grow and get old,
Yeah,
and
you're right.
that's
I know, you're right.
and I think a lot of this stuff is probably creators who started out loving Star Wars and then went along with these characters and went, okay, but what would happen if Luke Skywalker got a bit older and changed his ways? Or what if Boba Fett, decided that he can't just go around killing everybody forever?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could probably factor that in, but also have the character go, but it would make a lot of sense if I killed all those crime bosses straight away. I am trying to be a better person, but how about this?
Yeah.
What if I kill all the bad guys in this town immediately and then I make the town a better place?
But it's also not a show as well.
It's not a show.
And then Fennec Shand killed them. And I like that she was like ruthless. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It was her that was like, he won't do it, but I'll do it. You know?
Yeah.
Should have given her more to do though. Also,
Yeah.
like again, like I like those two, but you're right. Together,
Yeah.
not that
There
interesting.
was also a moment where she's like, I'm going to go and save these, I'm going to go save the mods. And then the mods are in a lot of trouble and they're like, well, how are we going to get out of this? And then all the bad guys get shot. And it's like, oh, it was Fennec Shand. Yeah, we know. Because she said she was going to do that and then she went and she did it.
And then he did a big spin.
It's not a surprise if she said she was going
Like
to
if anybody got shot
Cobb
off
Vanth had
screen-
shown up,
Yeah.
I'd been like, nice.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah.
But if anybody was shot off screen in this, and you're like, who was that? It was Fennec Shand.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
always Fennec Shand in this show. Also, I've just written a note here. The Mandalorian sure falls on his jetpack a lot, and that looks really painful.
Yes,
It's a big metal jetpack.
Oh, right in the
that
small of
he's
your back, yeah.
constantly falling
Oh,
on.
yeah, very true.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
And don't do it. God, those guys just let themselves be shot a lot, don't they?
They sure do, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like you're leaning on that armor too much.
Mostly unarmored legs as well.
That's right.
It's a real Ned Kelly situation.
It
Just
is.
go for the legs.
Also, Boba Fett standing next to Mandalorian. Mandalorian looks cooler
I think
It's a better look.
My thinking was the color scheme is better.
on the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's just generally better. It's got more stuff on it. It's
got-
got
yeah, that's-
shoulders.
Yeah,
He had
yeah.
that big spear that he got rid of for whatever
That's
reason.
true, yeah.
What they do with that leftover Beskar? That's a big spear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He made a little shirt. She kept it, I reckon. I also think, do you feel like that maybe this felt a bit rushed and like an afterthought? Like, oh, we'll just do a Boba Fett show just real quick before we do another Mandalorian.
Yeah, I wonder if
Like, it didn't feel like there was like, they hadn't figured out what they wanted to actually do.
Here's the thought that I've just had as soon as you said that.
Are you allowed to do that?
When he first appears in The Mandalorian, remember he just kills all those stormtroopers. Like
Yeah.
he kills like 1 million guys at once and he shoots down their ships and it was amazing.
That's true.
Would it have been better if he just showed up from time to time?
Yes.
And he was just like, or even if like we did another season, this was a season of The Mandalorian and The Mandalorian's like, I got to clean up this town somehow. But also Boba Fett kept showing up and showing him up.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
you never see him.
Yeah.
Or you just see maybe the aftermath of him. Or he just, Mando's like struggling and then Boba Fett shows up and kills everybody and is like, that's how you do it. Anyway, see you later.
Yeah.
Like if you kept
Give
him
me a jetpack.
like maybe it's a case of, again, that people. One of the reasons Boba Fett, the fans loved Boba Fett back in the day, is because you saw so little of him, but he looked so cool, and you could invent your own ideas around him. Maybe it's just the idea we're seeing elements of him, like we're seeing his backstory now. We're like, I don't know if I like it. It doesn't jive with what I thought.
But again, those not really the things I have a problem with. Like, Again, like the depth and giving him a purpose. I don't have a problem with it. I just think the execution on all of this.
Like maybe it should have. Maybe Boba Fett should have been left as a kind of just a enigmatic figure, and then this show was like a Cobb Vanth and Mando and whoever struggling to save this town, and occasionally Boba Fett just shows up and either fixes a problem or causes an even bigger problem.
And goes, you're welcome. Either way, whatever happens, you're welcome.
That's right.
You owe me money.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's Boba Fett
Book
talk.
of Boba Fett. Will they get another season? Probably.
I don't know, why not?
Maybe, I don't know.
Again, I think this is all building to Thrawn.
Yeah, or they'll fold it in. Would this have been better if it was just called what if they called it Tales from the... Well, they wouldn't have because they want Book of Boba Fett in the title.
Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like Tales from Mos Eisley, Tales from Tatooine, something like that. And it was
like
just
an anthology.
Yeah, and we got an episode of Mando, we got an episode of Boba Fett, and it wasn't like, this is 100% going to be a Boba Fett show, and then some percentage of it just wasn't. Strangely. Right at the end as well.
That's what I liked about it. Yeah. Anyway, good stuff.
Really does fit. And again, but Disney will never admit it. But one day maybe some stuff will leak and we'll figure out why it was structured like that.
Yeah.
And maybe it was because they were confused as to what they were doing and they're like, we got to fix this in the edit. I don't know. Give them an episode of Mando. I don't know.
Give them a Mando. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't bloody know.
I don't bloody know.
All right. Should we move to the next segment of the show?
Yes.
But I would if I could. But what's it actually called?
It's called What We Readin'.
Yeah.
What We Gonna Read.
Oh.
And then you put in a little musical sting.
Am I allowed to do that legally?
Yes, you are.
Is there any kind of copyright infringement involved in this?
No, I don't think so. It depends. What are you playing? Are you playing? Are you playing a Bon Jovi song every time instead? Because I can't hear it.
Hotel California.
Oh no!
The whole thing.
No wonder we have to sit here for 9 minutes every time. It's a long intro on that song.
Westworld.
It's one of those songs where you always think it's going to start, like the lyrics are going to start, but then it just doesn't.
Yep.
Bling.
Then you have to go home.
Yeah.
You went to the Eagles concert.
Yeah, that's right.
You go home disappointed.
And you've just been sitting there going, Hotel California.
Hotel California. We have other songs. We don't care.
Correct response. We don't care either. Just Hotel California.
All right. So, Mason, that was a What We Reading in itself.
That's
but
right.
we always have more things to say.
We
don't
do. It's true.
And what have you been reading?
I finally watched. It's a show. It's an episode. It's a movie. It's none of those things. It's a movie that I mentioned before that I was very interested in watching, but it was just never available on streaming. It was never on a DVD in Australia. You couldn't just get it.
Was this a big porno?
Yes, James. The one you recommended.
What?
Yeah.
I would never.
But no, for real. It's a movie from a couple of years ago called Sword of Trust, which it's on
Sword of Trust or Sort of Trust?
Sword of Trust. It's on SBS On Demand now.
You talked about this.
Yeah, it's got Mark Maron in it. It's from the late Lynn Shelton, who was a great sort of indie movie director, and it's a sort of it's a quirky indie comedy movie, and it's got Mark Maron and Gillian Bell and John Bass and another lady, and basically Maron plays a pawnbroker, pawn shop owner, and these two ladies come in they've inherited a sword that supposedly proves that the Confederacy won the Civil War.
Right, okay.
And Maron's like, this is nonsense, absolutely not. I'm not taking this. But then it turns out that in certain people's hands, that might be worth a lot of money. Because it buys into certain narratives, and so it's like this sort of kind of farcical situation where they're all sort of they all want to get over on one another, and they all want to get.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good movie.
Absolutely.
Good movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to check that out. And it's on SBS On Demand.
It is, yeah. So until the end of the year. So if people like me have been trying to find it, but it's just not on anything.
Anyone out there like Meso?
No.
Emma
Yeah,
Lynn?
that's right.
I've been reading something.
Okay.
If you don't mind me saying. Yeah, she died like
A couple of years ago. Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
The comic series by Mark Millar with art by Matteo Scalera called King of Spies.
Is this new?
This is new. It's 3 or 4 issues that are out. And basically, it's this dude who's James Bond. And in the 80s and 90s...
So Mark Millar, of course, did Kingsman before this.
Exactly. So he's a James Bond type guy.
Okay.
But then now it's the modern day, and he's old, and he looks exactly like Pierce Brosnan with a beard.
Nice.
Because when they make this into a movie, right?
They'll
Or a
get Pierce
TV
Brosnan,
series,
absolutely. Yeah.
And anyway, it's the modern day, and he finds out that he has a terminal illness, and he goes, I've been working for like various secret agencies, mostly the British intelligence, and I've just been... just been doing terrible things in the name of king and country to keep the interests of like bankers and wealthy people in check and billionaires and like destabilizing nations and things that like a lot of operatives actually do in real life.
You don't think about it when James Bond does it. You're not. He's like, I'm doing this for freedom and that, but you don't think about who's really making those big bucks.
Who's making the big bucks? Yeah. So basically, he goes, fuck it. And he's like, I'm going to kill everybody I didn't like.
Whoa.
And so he just tears through like the list of people that, because he knows all the names, he's got safe houses, he's dying, he doesn't care.
Yeah, right.
So he's just killing everybody who's awful that he had dealings with, that he like basically helped.
How many issues are out of this?
There's 3 and there's 1 left.
Oh, is it good?
I like it a lot.
Oh,
yeah, it's cool. And
cool.
I think it's definitely a pitch for a movie or a show.
Right.
And Pierce Brosnan would be great as like an aged up super spy type character, obviously because he was James Bond, but he's not called James Bond.
No, that's true.
He's called a different name.
Do you think Daniel Craig would do it? Probably not. Not now.
Not now. He would.
Yeah.
I'd say you give him 10, 15 years. Yeah,
but also, that's interesting because Brosnan, remember when he did that Q&A like at his kind of island paradise getaway? He was in like a little gazebo at his house in the Bahamas or whatever.
They're like,
and they were like,
back?
would you be a villain? And he's like, I would be a villain. So maybe this would be it would not surprise me even slightly if Mark Millar and etc. went, we can make a comic book about that.
Exactly.
And
look at this guy. This is what he looks like. Does that not just look
that's 100% Pierce Brosnan. Yeah,
this one in particular.
Madness. That's yeah. So I reckon they might have gone like, and also again, Mark Millar with Miller World and Netflix has like it's what he does now is almost exclusively.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah.
I mean, one of those is a photo of Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, I know, and that's the comparison thing, though, isn't it? Yeah. But just the beard and the hair now, I think would be really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I imagine they're 100% going to pitch that.
Yeah.
They could get
if they haven't already.
They could get Lazenby.
No, he's too old.
Yeah.
And also not as famous.
That's true.
Brosnan is the.
They could really get anybody. They could get Matt Damon.
Oh, like an ex-Bourne kind of guy.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's that the fact that he was.
No,
Bond
absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm just saying, Mark Miller, if you're listening.
Yeah.
And Brosnan says no.
Yeah.
Because he's too busy in the.
We'll do it.
He's at the Doctor Fate franchises. Like it's rolling forward. We're up to Doctor Fate 6, and he's not. He doesn't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
It's like I love putting on the Big Bell helmet.
Yes.
You know.
He doesn't have to even show up because it's a Big Bell helmet.
That's right. He can record from the Bahamas all his dialogue.
That's right.
Hey, I'm Dr. Fate. I'm here to save the day.
Good. We're good. Happy to see you.
Dr. Fate's also in the Bahamas. Nice. Oh, and you know what I just got? I got that.
What?
I just remembered.
You got me a present?
No.
Oh.
Maybe.
What is it?
Check this out.
Oh, you got a little Zelda.
I got a Zelda game.
Why'd you get the Zelda one and not the Mario one?
Because
you lunatic.
Because I haven't really played. Like I never finished. I just hit the game on the top right. Oh no, wait. There's a little power button on the right. On the right.
Yeah.
You
want to explain this actually? Before
so it's a tiny little game system.
This is good. This is a good
right?
It's
a tiny little game system in the style of the old Game and Watch systems, which are those.
Does that sound?
Yes, there's a volume control in there somewhere.
Yeah,
and it's
a clock at the moment.
Yeah, hang on, give me the thing. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay,
you don't have to. I get it.
There you go.
I'm Zelda.
Yeah, so
I'm little Zelda boy.
But instead of it being like LCD,
I'm going to erase your game.
No,
you don't have a game.
No, I already erased. I played one and then I'm like, I'm going to start again. Actually,
yeah.
But it's a tiny little LCD screen, color LCD screen, and it's got Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Adventures of Link.
Oh, does it?
And a third one.
What's the third one?
Link's Awakening, which I think was a Game Boy Color game.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, there's three in this. That's cool.
And it's cool. Is it the best way to play very
Absolutely
detailed
not.
NES game, The Legends of Zelda? No, it's not. But it's a fun novelty.
And like, could you get something that's like?
I could get it on
like
Switch probably. I
or
bet I
like,
could get it on Switch.
Could you get like a thing with 1 million fucking?
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
a
here's
game
the
on
thing,
it.
James.
But it's
I was
cool.
in JB Hi-Fi and they were behind the counter, and I'm like, that looks pretty cool. And I
Yeah.
didn't get the Mario one, I think, just because Mario I played to death as a kid.
Look at me.
I know, right?
God, it's crisp as hell, man.
Yeah, it is really. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
something.
It's smaller than I thought as well. I thought it'd be
Yeah.
not in a bad way, but that's cool, man.
Finally, I'm going to play as Link.
Yeah.
For years, people have been talking about this Link guy, and I've been playing as Zelda for years and playing Legend of Zelda.
You
You
gotta
know,
go back to the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when you get the only one you play is Link, isn't it?
that's right.
Cool. It's the Game Boy one in black and white or grey and blue or whatever the
think
Game
it's
Boy
in-
is. Grey and green.
Well, let me check.
We can check right now. I
check
think I
right now.
will get the Mario one. But you know what? If there was a
It is in black.
if there was a Super Nintendo one for like Super Mario World, I'd definitely get it. Or maybe even a Mario 3.
Yeah.
I don't know if I get original
Well,
Mario.
I think that when also
They had some spare bits.
I think they definitely had some spare bits, and I think that because Nintendo's gone back to toy stuff basically.
Yeah.
I think they'd like we're going to test run this. We'll do a Metroid. We'll do a
Have they done a Metroid one?
no. They haven't, but I bet they will.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll do all the classics.
Yeah.
You know.
That's cool. I like that a lot. Can I have it?
Yeah.
I don't even want it.
Should we smash it for content?
Yeah.
Let's put it out there. We'll
How
smash
much
it
was
with a
Like
hammer.
$100, 120.
It was $80, $79.95.
wow.
$79.95.
I mean, you can play it for free.
I can play it for free. I could watch a playthrough, but I'm like, I'll give this a go.
That's cool,
It's
though. I'm a
fun.
big fan of that.
Yes.
I'm not going to get it. I might get the Mario one. I probably won't. Is it time for letters?
Can you even get the Mario one anymore? Maybe they.
I'll get it.
You should. Yeah, you get it.
In a shop, I reckon.
Yeah,
Let me check
nice.
if it's at JB Hi-Fi right
I don't think
now.
it is at JB Hi-Fi right
Don't
now.
tell me what to do.
Okay.
Game or watch. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the game or watch. You get to choose at the register. They're like, do you want this to be a game or a watch?
Oh, they've only got a link.
Yeah, they've only got Link. That is also maybe one of the reasons because I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, there wasn't another one there. All right, what's the next segment of the show?
It's called Letters. And we play. The classic one was.
Yeah.
Letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
We're going to hear right now. We're going to do letters.
Yeah, you can still buy it online. It's around
Nice.
$80 as
Oh,
well.
also, speaking of what we're reading,
Yeah.
my parents watched Death on the Nile. They said it was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a parents' movie, though, isn't it?
It is,
Did
yeah.
they know everybody was cancelled?
No, I didn't want to bring that up. I wouldn't be. I didn't want to be like.
You didn't want to spoil it
you
for
know
them?
everybody in it's been cancelled.
Did you know that?
Did you know that?
So
Mum and Dad.
the Super Mario one's got lost levels and like the original Mario arcade
Mario.
kind of
Okay,
thing.
wow,
whatever
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
cool.
I don't know if you ever played Lost Levels, but it's like it's not very fun.
Is that
It was the original Mario
Japanese
2.
version? That's very difficult.
Yeah,
apparently.
and it's kind of like it's very similar to the original Mario. It
Yeah,
feels like
right,
an expansion more. Not
Yeah,
that I've
yeah.
really played it all the way through anyway. Yeah. Anyway, good
Nice.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mason, in the letter segment, we like to say to each other, I hope we've both collected enough letters for the letter segment.
Same.
And the way that you could give us a letter for the letter segment is by emailing weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com
Mm-hmm.
or hit us up at Twitter, #weeklyplanetpod.
Or write a letter.
Yep.
Type it up.
Yep.
Keep it on your person. If you
Yep.
see one of us on the street,
You see us duck into a grass and things.
run up to us and hand us a letter.
Yeah.
You know?
And it has to be like properly formatted.
Yeah.
We're not accepting any kind of hand-drawn, scribbled on a napkin letter.
And it has to have $10 in it. It has to have like a gift, birthday gift from a grandparent. It has to have $10
Exactly.
in it. Yeah. Regardless of the year.
We don't care.
We don't care. It has to be $10.
We just want $10.
Inflation does not exist in the grandparent gift giving world. It's
They
always
don't care.
$10.
They don't care.
Or your age. Here's an email from DJ DeSisto.
Hello, DJ.
Hi, James and Meso. I'm a massive fan of the podcast. I've been listening to you guys for years now, and you actually inspired me to start my own podcast.
Oh, my goodness.
The Clash Corner. I wonder if it's about the movie The Clash.
Or about the band The Clash.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, I don't know what the movie The Clash
You want
is.
to cut out that bit?
No, can leave it in.
No, let's cut it out.
No, it's late.
Collins,
and my
cut
brain
it out,
stopped
mate.
working.
Cut it
All
out,
right.
mate. Cut it out.
Maybe it's about the video game Clash at Demon Head.
Cut it
Probably
out.
not.
Cut that out too, Collins.
Oh, no, don't
It's
cut
not
out
a
my
veto,
stuff.
Just cut it out.
But that's not why I'm emailing. One day when I was teaching karate, that's my job, so that's convenient.
Wow.
Not just teaching karate in public. I was about to play music in the class, and your podcast started coming through the speakers, and James called someone a Muppet. Now, all of my kids refer to me as Sensei Muppet, so can I be the official Sensei Muppet of the podcast? Yes,
Absolutely, you can.
Yes, that is good
Sensei
stuff.
Muppet.
That's good
I'm
stuff.
imagining Kermit with a little gi.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And his arms are just flailing
Yeah.
on the little sticks.
Yeah.
Flailing
Miss
arms.
Piggy's the one who does the karate chop, though. Is
Yeah,
that
that's
right?
why he's learning karate. To
defend
finally defeat her.
himself. Because of all the domestic abuse.
Yes.
Or cut it out, colleagues.
Cut out everything. Cut out everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got any...
I do. This is from David Sheftel.
Oh.
Yes. Says hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. Had a thought on the new DC movies for trailer for 2022. In the Flash, we see a shot of Ezra Miller with two Ezra Millers with Supergirl. What if that's a fake out and the second Ezra Miller is really Grant Gustin Flash?
Oh.
I don't think that's true.
Yes.
But wouldn't that be better?
That would be better.
And then that version kills the other version. The Grant Gustin.
And then Grant Gustin is the official Flash of the DCEU.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
But you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if he's in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they crossed over in the TV series.
Exactly.
So,
you know?
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see what happens.
Give each other a little wave.
That's right.
That'd be very very
Hello.
cool.
Hello.
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 This is from Matthew.
Hello, Matthew.
We're settling a regional dispute, James, so get ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
Hello, he says. My hometown
Hello, I
of
said
Cincinnati is known for its unique chili dishes. Cincinnati chili is a thin chili made with ground beef, tomato paste, spices, and often unsweetened dark chocolate. That's what you like, James.
Okay, I do actually.
The chili is often served over hot dogs, but the most popular dish is the five-way, which is pasta. My mouth's watering already.
What is it?
It's pasta, chili, beans, onions, and mounds of shredded cheese.
On a hot dog.
Yes, or on pasta. Given that neither of you have probably eaten Cincinnati chili, which local chain makes it best? Gold Star chili or Skyline chili?
Gold Star.
It seems silly, but the feud around this has engulfed my city for my entire life, and you need to end it.
Well, Gold Star, because it's the gold standard, right?
Yeah, maybe.
And also Skyline seems a bit like, it's a bit pretentious. We're a little bit above everybody else. You know
I
what
think
mean?
you're probably right. Yeah.
You know when there's a restaurant that's got a really good view, but the food sucks, and it's like you've just got the location, you've given up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Bitch of a
Also,
restaurant.
since you're in the future, did we win the Super Bowl? Yes.
Yeah, well
Yeah,
done.
you did. Yeah.
Well done.
Are you in the Super Bowl? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Congratulations. We hope you didn't shatter your femur or something.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
know because we saw it.
Collins cut that out if they didn't win the Super Bowl. Anyway, it's Gold Star chili, obviously.
Yeah.
It's absolutely right.
Did you say on chocolate?
Yeah.
I love that. I
Or
love
with
chili
chocolate. They mix a little chocolate in there. It
Oh,
seems.
that's cool. Have you ever had a chili chocolate? I like a
Yeah.
chili chocolate. It's good.
Yeah, nice.
Good combo.
Anyway, I'm hoping this becomes my new career. Just people emailing,
Absolutely.
just people pay me a lot of money, and they go, "What's the best coffee place? Is it the Coffee Pot or is it the Short Black Cafe or whatever?" And I'm like, "It's the Coffee Pot."
Yeah.
And then the other place gets bulldozed.
But then,
Yeah.
and you get a card with $10 in
I
it.
get a card with $10 in it. Yes, please.
All right, so I got this one. It's from Comic Book Click or at Major Issues, CBC. It says, both the film Steel and Spawn are celebrating their 25th anniversaries.
Oh my goodness, that's
My
true.
friend and I have been arguing over which film is clearly better. What say you? Wikipedia Brown and Mr. Sunday Movie.
Well, have you seen Spawn all the way through?
It's not for a long time.
I saw it recently, as mentioned. I was on Mission Zack's Leguizamo-rama because John Leguizamo is the clown in Spawn. So I've seen it quite recently, and we both saw Steel to do a caravan of garbage on it. They're
Spawn,
both
though, right?
very
But
bad.
it's Spawn?
Because do you think it's better?
Probably.
I can't.
Which would you rather watch?
I
guess
I'd rather watch Spawn,
Yeah.
but that's because it's worse, I think.
Yeah.
But there's more stuff in it.
Steel's boring.
Steel is boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Steel's going to become full-time Steel in Superman and Lois? Like with the S shield
I
and the
hope
cape?
so.
I think he will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see a Steel movie. You know? Do
Yeah, for sure.
you have to kill Superman to do that, though? They already did
Not
that.
anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
He could just get like in the...
You can just be like, nah, when Superman died, I did it for
Yeah,
a bit.
okay, yeah. Or he could be like, I come from a parallel reality where he
Where Superman did something. I don't know.
he stuck me in this suit. I can't get out of it.
Yeah.
I need a straw.
I would like to see that suit adapt into more of a Superman-esque.
That's what I'm talking about. Give the S shield.
Not just like a Halo suit.
but
like
give
a Spartan suit.
Give us the
it
S shield
whole
with the
thing.
rivets. Give us the red cape.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
The
Nice.
Steel, like the face mask and all that.
Yeah. I reckon.
That's a shame. That was like most people's understanding of Steel is that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
That's a big shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I reckon if I was going to watch a one today, it would be Spawn. I think that it's not
Better
good.
performances, as you mentioned, John Leguizamo.
A lot of chewing scenery.
That bit where he goes to hell
Yeah.
twice.
Oh yeah.
The other bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Martin Sheen.
I do not have any desire to watch Steel again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Fair enough.
All right. Here's one more email. This is from someone named FIONN. I'm going to say it's Finn.
FIONN.
Yes, FIONN. I think it's Finn.
All right, I believe you.
Dear James and Nick,
Hello.
your New Moon video gives me the perfect excuse to show off my collection of New Moon DVDs. These 17 copies of New Moon were bought in a second-hand electronics shop for €8.50 a few years ago for no discernible reason. The shopkeeper was very frustrated as, being inexperienced in his position, he did not know how to multiply an item by 17 on the register and so had to scan each DVD individually.
That's good business.
These DVDs now sit below my TV, causing confusion to visitors. I feign ignorance when they ask what the story is with the DVDs and explain while they may each show the same film, there are 17 individual discs, so they are not literally the same DVD. My former housemate once had to account for the presence of these DVDs when having someone over for a date, and I would like to think that this jarring exchange is the reason the date did not work out. My girlfriend is moving in this month and would prefer we dispose of the DVDs, but this is the hill I will die on. Kind regards, Finn. P.S. I do not own a DVD player. Anyway, there's a picture of the DVD.
It's real.
Now, just as an agent of chaos, I have to respect.
Yeah.
I have to absolutely respect that. That is very good.
Yeah, that's really funny.
That's really good stuff. Yeah, I love it. And I think that is really good. Just somebody showing up to a date. Just the endless.
Yeah.
Just all the drama, and just somebody showing up at the date and having to be like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
He's got this, like he bought it. I don't know, like it was €8.
Can we put a DVD on? No, we cannot. No.
They're not the same movie.
Yeah. Anyway, keep us updated. And let
please.
us know when your girlfriend throws them all out, because she will, and you will not have any say in it. That's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen.
You'll come home from work one day, and she'll be like, "I don't know what you're talking." She'll use the same magic on you. She'll be like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
That's right.
Yeah,
you will have been bested.
that's right.
And that, I think, is the show.
That is the show. Thank you so much, folks, for listening.
I hate to say it, Mason.
Let us know what you guys thought of the Book of Boba Fett. I'd be excited. Well, maybe we'll read some emails next week about what people thought about it.
Also, I don't know if I stressed this enough, but I thought it was fine.
Yeah,
I watched it week to week, and I thought it was fine.
I thought there was some fun bits in there that I had a good time with. I liked.
Didn't drag.
Didn't drag. Loved the Mandalorian.
It was silly. Love the Mandalorian. Grogu and him got a big hug.
Yeah.
Grogu put the big monster to sleep.
Yep. Loved Matt Berry. In other things.
Made
me think of other things.
It made you think of other Matt Berry properties.
But folks, let us know. But otherwise, if you want to get into contact with us, you can go to Weekly Planet. Wait, we do other stuff first.
Yeah, what's up, dog?
Folks, thanks for listening. Thank you for telling your friends.
Yes.
Thank you for lying to your friends to get them to listen to the show. Thank you for leaving a 5-star review on any platform of your choice. James, do you have any there?
Got a couple right here, mate. This is from B.S. Moley. Or B. Smoley.
Nice.
Or Bismoley.
Bismoley.
5 stars. You can do this in app. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
The podcast that makes you old. I've been listening to this podcast for 5 years now, and I'm 5 years older. Coincidence? It's probably Magic Rocks or something. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And this is from Serene Sparrow, who says, reminded me of my dead dad. James and Meso recently mentioned the Mel Gibson movie Forever Young, which is one of my dead dad's favorite movies. Made me sad, laugh, and remember my dad at the same time. I'm sorry about that. But also, the movie Forever Young. I'm glad to bring it up. Good to get some eyes on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Good to get it out there.
That haunting theme.
Yeah.
Forever young, I want to be forever.
I can't be forever young. I'm aging up really quickly because I was cryogenically frozen. And then in this universe, if you get unfrozen, then all your age catches up with you really quickly. I'm Mel Gibson.
Oh.
Elijah Wood's in this too.
Oh.
And Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh.
I got old man makeup at the end because I aged up too quickly. Anyways, again, I'm sorry about your dad. That sucks.
Yeah.
But God bless the movie Forever Young, bringing people together.
Yeah.
What's next, Mason?
Folks, if you want to get into contact with us, you can go to Weekly Planet Pod at Gmail, at Twitter, at Facebook.
Yeah,
Not so much at Bandcamp these days.
No, I mean, there's some stuff there. But
There's some stuff there. Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm not updating.
Okay, terrific. You can go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group. You can go to the Weekly Planet Pod Discord and subreddit.
Yes,
you can
yes.
have fun podcast and pop culture related chats with thousands of other like-minded individuals.
How many?
Stacks.
Wow.
Heaps. Just a big boatload.
A boatload.
A big
boat buttload.
Yes, exactly. Exactly correct. Folks, if you want to support the show.
Yes.
Oh, wait. We do another thing. I'll never get this right. I should write it down. We should get
No.
the big whiteboard. Okay.
No.
You can follow me on Twitter at Wikipedia Brown, and on Instagram, Nick Maso, NickMaseau. James is Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere. You can also follow the great Raw Collings at Raw Collings at The Weekly Planet on Twitter.
Yes.
It's keeping everything up to date and organised and wonderful in ways we could never do.
That's right. That's very true.
If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. Chuck in $1 or any amount you wouldn't miss in a month. We would certainly appreciate that. Keeps the lights on here.
Batman 66, man.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Or you can go to bigsandwich.co for $9 it is per month. Bonus podcasts, movie commentaries, early videos, early podcasts, ad-free podcasts, all sorts of stuff.
I agree.
We've got T-shirts on TeePublic. You just look for the Weekly Planet. Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our musical themes. Next week, it's some sort of movie that's out, did you say, James?
Yeah, Uncharted, and then
Uncharted,
and also
the movie.
hopefully Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then House of Gucci's coming out on DVD at some point. I'm going to watch
I
that.
can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Kingsman maybe next, because you've seen Kingsman.
Yes, I have
I
seen
might go and
Kingsman.
see Kingsman.
Yeah, go and
The
see
King's
Kingsman.
Man.
The King's Man, if you can.
Mm.
I have stuff to say about Kingsman. One of which being, I thought it was pretty good.
Nice.
Very bizarre
Nice.
post-credits.
So folks, if you're interested in any of those things, come back next week.
Yeah.
We'll cover some or none of them, depending.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than Kingsman 2. Like, not even close. Like, there's no comparison.
There was
between
no
those
way
two
it could have
movies.
been worse than Kingsman 2.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And that's it.
That is the whole show,
Thank you,
folks.
everybody, for listening. Again, thank you for the edits, Collins. And
Grab that
What
jam,
a-
you guys. We will see you next week.
next week.
Go on.
No, that's it.
Oh, that was cool. I liked it.
Next week. Next week.
Just a real threatening guy.
Yeah.
Liked it. Liked it.
Next week.
Oh, now you're you're disbelieving hostile guy. I liked it.
I'm at a
Wow.
shop and I'm like, do you have this thing? And they're like, no, it's coming in next week. And I go, next week? You kidding me?
So you're specifically asking about next week's newspaper. I cannot help you. You are deranged and I'm calling the police.
Well, I'm angry now. Yes, get the manager.
Sir, I am the manager.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm embarrassed. Anyway.
I forgive you. What a beautiful play.
Again, this is a stupid show.
It's the stupidest one we have.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
I mean, if you want. It's up to you.